everyone, and welcome to Mineral Resources Park. It's the Easter weekend of WAFL footy, and we're halfway through the opening round. It's the Demons and the West Coast Eagles. Hello, wherever you're watching our presentation. It is, of course, live from Mineral Resources Park and your West Coast Eagles in the white shorts, and the Perth Football Club being captained by West Coast Eagle favourite in Fraser McInnes. Tim Gossage and also Steve Bandy calling the ball-by-ball action here on a glorious day for football. And as we welcome Steve Bandy, we're looking forward to this. The toss has been won by the new captain of the WAFL Eagles in Hamish Brayshaw.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tim. Good afternoon all joining us this afternoon. Very exciting times here at Mineral Resources Park. Weather you couldn't ask for much better to kick off the season. You know, as Hamish Brayshaw said when we spoke to him earlier in the week, a bit of bad blood between these two sides. There's a bit of cross-player movement going on. And I dare say, no matter the result, they're all going to visit HJ's at the end of the game, Tim. Look at it, geez. If I'm not there by half-time, I'd be absolutely shocked.
He finally got there. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Oh, aren't they just? And I'm surprised there isn't a line coming out the door as we speak, as we see Jakey Waterman coming back for his first game of season 2021, just with a back complaint. So limited minutes this afternoon, you would think, for Jake. But very exciting times to see a more strengthened West Coast lineup on the horizon today.
And Fraser McInnes, of course, a popular member of the West Coast Eagles for a long time on the AFL list, and he's, of course, stepping out and leading co-captain of the Demons. He didn't toss the coin today. It was done by Michael Sinclair, but he might be taking that over, of course, very, very shortly. Fraser McInnes had a slight name change in spelling of his name. We'll go with the C rather than the K, but anyway, gone but not forgotten.
Oh, he'd be absolutely raring to go, Fraser McInnes, of course, joining Perth. Going back to his home club in 2020 and up against a lot of friends and friendly faces, and we are underway. Dean Margette's getting us started here. The battle for Min Res at West Coast Eagles Perth. Massive clash. Marston, good delivery out to Josh Smith. Of course, former Eagle, goes across the body. Big contest there from McInnes, getting involved early. Edwards taking the ground, holding the ball, the decision. Byrne wants to move it quickly. Bit of a mongrel kick inside forward 50. Plenty of numbers around this ball with escapes. Foley just pumps it out of there, releases some pressure. Hanson, will it sit for him? Sinclair wears him closely. Ball out of play.
A lot of debutants for both teams, of course. Over at Perth, we've got Dalton Langlands, who was on the St Kilda list for a while. Josh Smith, of course, a name we know so well at West Coast. Jai Clark, come across from Claremont, and Jaden Hunter on debut for the Demons. And plenty of new names also. And familiar names, yes, but some coming through the WAFL and amateur ranks, joining the West Coast Eagles WAFL team this year.
Langlands on cue, snaps inside 50. Edwards just gets the fist in against McInnes. Ball at ground level. Foley puts his teammate under the pump. Good tackle there and defensive pressure from the Demons. They lock it in.
Aggressive start by Perth, and they've played the ball in their forward half. Of course, the Eagles' defence under enormous pressure early.
McInnes taking the ruck duties inside forward 50. Marston didn't dispose of it cleanly. Umpire saw every bit of it. Umpire almost encouraging playing with advantage, but the Eagles will bring it back.
Probably not a bad idea. Perth have got a couple of boats behind the ball. I think they looked up, the West Coast looked up and thought, well, if I'm bottom this, it's going to come back. So they've got a chance to reset.
Zane True spots something in the corridor. Foley.
Good switch.
This is Fitzgerald. He's looked good in the pre-season games thus far. Big, tall defender. Umpire waves play on. Kick's going to land at the feet of the intended teammate and Rebillard. A chance here through Edmonds for the Demons. Kick's a little bit untidy. Edwards just needs to escort this over. Hunter wearing him closely also.
Arrived a couple of hours ago, Harry Edwards. Couldn't have parked any closer to the player entrance, I reckon. He might as well have been on the footpath. He wasn't keen to stretch the legs.
Did you get here hours ago?
Yeah, no. Yeah, well. Yeah.
I was pretty late then, wasn't I?
Just a little bit.
Throw in forward 50 for the Demons. Hit forward toward the boundary line, and Luke Edwards going to run out of space.
Trying to impress management, mate. You're a long-time employee.
Luke Edwards, of course, son of former Adelaide great Tyson. 321 games and 2 flags. Pick 52 for the Eagles. We'll see if that turns out to be a steal as time goes on. Vardy wins this hit out. There he is, Luke Edwards. He's well collected there from Edmonds. We'll have a ball up.
Holding firm at the moment. West Coast defence, really good. Perth, obviously, as I mentioned, playing in their forward 50.
McInnes heard the voice, goes backwards. O'Neill back into the side this week after his 2 AFL games to start the 2021 season. I'm glad he is getting a full game.
Yeah, it's important. It's going to be required several times during the years, no doubt about that.
Good pick up there from O'Neill. Johnson's kick smothered. Well done, Byrne. And Perth refusing to let West Coast exit this back 50 for the time being.
Interesting to see whether Perth can go. Obviously, they've got high hopes this year after making the finals for the first time in a long time last year. They'll be hoping to continue on that forward resurgence of the football club.
A 22-year drought, Tim. That is absolutely monstrous. Good contest there from Foley and Byrne.
Oh, umpire.
The tackle is going to be deemed high. It is. The umpire not controlling, but in a better position. And I've seen Marston kick a lot over the last 13 years, and this distance may test him.
Doesn't look confident.
He's just going to set it up into the pocket. Front position, Witherden. Eagles have numbers if they can work it out. Ainsworth. A clearing kick to outside 50. Nishki from behind. Good leap over Cornelio. Brayshaw, clever tap. Oh, good pressure there from Rogers. One bloke you don't want on your hammer. Kick is untidy, not 15. Marston back to Cornelio. Just a high ball. Anyone's guess. They've got numbers. Davis. Good smother there from Edwards, but Perth will reload. Good pressure from both teams early on in this contest. Oh, that's going to be out on the full. So Zane True looking to pick it up and just toe poked it out. A chance, McInnes on his correct side for the left footer.
Yeah, we've got almost 5 minutes here. As you can see there, the correct decision.
He's gone round the corner, and what an impressive start that is from the co-captain. McInnes bags the first, and Perth are on the board.
Yeah, look, it's just an error. He just took his eye off the ball there, Zane True, and toe poked it over. I was just about to say the West Coast defence have been under enormous pressure. 5 minutes without a score on the board, and it took something brilliant from the big unit, Fraser McInnes, as we take a look at the replay, the Henry Jacks replay. And he would have done a bit of kicking at this ground. He knows what it's about, a bit of protection there. There is a bit of a breeze going across the ground. It's quite firm, but at this stage, with a bit of protection from the administration block there at the southern end. So that's a good start from Fraser McInnes, who hit the first contest really hard, coming up out of the square and solidly met at centre half back. So he's up and about, big Fraser, and being lined up on by Harry Edwards, who, of course, has got that 1 AFL game under his belt.
Of course, 8 years on the West Coast Eagles list, Fraser McInnes, a much admired teammate and bloke around the trap, so you know he'll be circling this contest well ahead of time. The battle for Dude Ranch, I think he and Hamish Brayshaw have deemed it. Good hit out there from Vardy, but College sharked at best. Ball still up for grabs. True can't handle it. Marston cleaner in the contest. Kick forward from Gray. Inside 50 for the Demons. His pull play on must have been touched off the boot.
Yeah, it was.
Handball from Ainsworth. A bit too hot there from Foley. Edwards somehow ends up at it on the very last line of defence. He's looking for Brayshaw. The kick a little untidy. West Coast just need to settle here a little bit, Tim.
They certainly do, but they are under enormous pressure. There's Hamish Brayshaw, of course.
What a unit. Look at the size of him.
He's a big unit, isn't he? And his pre-game coffee has per.
Throw in left half forward for the Demons. Vardy against Baldwin Wright. Takes clean possession. McPartland comes in for a bit of helping hand in the tackle. Kick out to the wing. Bit of holding on. Bush has claimed it. He is going to receive it. So this will be the first time West Coast have entered their forward half. We've played 6 minutes here in the opening term. Yeah,
Nathan Vardy be looking for a really strong performance, of course. The senior team plays later, and Oscar Allen will be partnering Nick Natanui. So Nathan will be hoping to get some good field time and a strong showing in the ruck today. I think really looking to spend a lot more time on the ground. He did spend a fair bit of time off the ground last week in the loss.
Poor delivery there from Witherden. Giblet rather. Takes it easily. Ball out the back. A chance here for the Demons. Touch. McPartland, Foley. 1v1 for the time being. Handball. Misses its target. And Marlin escapes for the Eagles.
That was good by Foley. Really good. It was a one-on-one contest. He was out of position. Had to use his body nicely. That was clever work.
Busher goes inside to Ainsworth.
They're going to keep the ball in their hands here now, West Coast. They haven't had a lot of the ball. It's been dominated in the opening 8 minutes. So this is okay. This is just basic. Kick the ball, get it through sets of hands, get a feel for what is going on.
I think it speaks volume for how well Perth is setting up
100%.
At the moment, because there was nothing on this broadcast side and they had to come back out to the outer wing.
He's up the ball.
The captain, Hamish Brayshaw, takes a much-needed contested grab. He drives it down the line. Front position, Busher. Good spoil there, Giblet. Perth react best. This is Davis. He comes toward the broadcast side. Edmonds. He's got a bit of room. Johnson hunting him down. And what a tremendous smother.
Nice.
Much needed. Perth had a few numbers down the line there.
They did. They got him in transition with that spoil of the ball at centre half back, and it ricocheted into the middle of the ground, and Perth had numbers there. If it had gone the other way, West Coast could have got out. So that was good work, and Johnson had to be good in that contest. He didn't give up. I like the Smothers on the mark, and Smothers in real play. That was fantastic stuff by young Johnson.
Pick 58 in the 2019 draft, so his second year on the list. Vardy takes it clean out of the ruck, but the fans failing to understand that rule's changed.
No prior there. It was, if they'd let him take 1 or 2 steps, it might have been a different story.
An absolutely packed house in this grandstand at the moment.
Absolutely.
Tim?
They're looking up at you and me, let me tell you.
That's not a great sight. Let's hope they watch the play. Nathan Vardy's collected by a couple of demons, and the umpire said he had prior.
Yeah, that's the fend off there. And that's Jai Clark. This is Jai Clark, who's brother Jordan, of course, is at Geelong, and he didn't quite cut it at Claremont, couldn't quite get into their midfield.
He sends it to the paint of the 50. Edwards attempted spoil. Good kick forward there by Langlands. Johnson helping out.
Nice. Good foot.
And a good kick there from Merlin, just settling it down. This is Chaz Flynn. Sees something in board. Finds Hug. Well, West Coast want to move it quickly. He does. Ainsworth got one option in front of him, and it's Jamison.
Very Pendlebury, Ainsworth, the way he delivers the footy. Doesn't kick a long way. Very nice placement of the footy.
He's going to put it up to the half-forward flank, and in the end, Busher just out-positioned there by Giblet. Wants to move it fast. Perth, a chance here. Look at them rifle through the middle of the ground. Nicholas sidesteps Jamison. A kick to the advantage of McInnes. If it sits, it's danger. He's got a man on loose in the square. Spots him. It's McPartland. And that's brilliant work there from Fraser McInnes. Kicks the first goal for the side and then sets up the other with ease.
Probably should have known he was going to turn inside rather than outside there, Fraser McInnes, and it was clever. He knew he had McPartland there. He just had to win the clean possession on Harry Edwards as we take a look at the Hungry Jacks replay. Got the ball out, open 50. There it is here. Harry sort of ran into the boundary line there. It's just there. He needed to come back in and maybe try to force McInnes to kick with the right boot. He doesn't set up the goal that way. But anyway, good start by Perth, and they're finally getting bang for their buck. We've gone 10 minutes and they're up by 2 goals. West Coast had about 2 or 3 minute phase there where they were a lot steadier. Their back line is under enormous pressure, and it's got to start in the middle. West Coast got to start to get some ascendancy in the middle of the ground and get the ball out to give some relief to their back half.
Could be McPartland's first career goal.
I think it is.
Footy, I reckon.
Yeah, 100% it is.
Played Colts and Rezzies last year. Good to see him get his opportunity, and he's got Fraser McInnes to thank for that opportunity. Baldwin Wright, solo clearance from the big man to half forward. West Coast really need to start getting some forward thrust happening pretty soon. Good pass there from Fitzgerald. He's got the captain, Hamish Brayshaw. One bounce. Brings it inside 50. The kick is no good. Again, West Coast, a lot of ineffective disposals moving forward of centre at the moment. Jai Clark. Closing speed from Johnson. Makes a good contest. Regan Clark gathers brilliantly. A little hand off to Langlands. He's got support. Fraser McInnes, again, so deadly inside forward 50 at the moment. Fraser McInnes, and that hits a little hard. The crowd 150, he's going to get it. It's going against Fitzgerald. And Byrne will have one of the easiest set shots in his career.
Yeah, I think it looked a lot worse than it was. He did try to get the initial spoiling, but Byrne protected the footy very, very well. But the fact is he fell into him and then rolled over. It was very theatrical, and Byrne's going to kick a goal. A young man who missed a lot of footy last year through to got a bit of an infection, and he's a good player. He's going to get plenty of the ball. He does like to kick goals too, but that was gifted. That's a gifted goal. So basically they've got 2 goals from the goal square and 1 from 25 out on a beautiful effort by Fraser McInnes, who's been involved in a lot of their forward thrust. So this is a very good start by the Demons. The Eagles have got a lot of work to do.
He's looked deadly thus far. Big phrase.
Here's the replay here. It's a good run from behind. So there's McInnes, who's been involved in every goal.
Oh, yeah, it's a bit iffy, that one.
Yeah.
Bit iffy.
I think he was committed to try and spoil the ball.
The grandstand, bit of swaying from the grandstand, you reckon, Tim?
Yeah, well, one of the most experienced AFL umpires was there, Dean Margetts, and he had no hesitation in calling him back to 50. Looked a lot worse than it was, in my opinion. At Perth, Fraser McInnes absolutely dominating this contest.
They've made a change in the ruck, the Demons. Vardy remains, but it's going to be Hunter up against him in this centre bounce. Vardy, clear domination, good hit out. Finds True, and Ainsworth just tumbles it forward. Great pick up from Hug.
Very good.
Releases the handball. Brayshaw, his kick forward, and tremendous effort there from West Coast. Bit cleaner on that occasion. Good mark taken by Ethan Hansen.
And Brayshaw's been good too, and that was better disposal as well. It was good mark by Hug. So Hansen is lining up for their first genuine shot on goal. In fact, any shot on goal in their forward 50. The skipper has started strongly, and that was better from Vardy too. That's a nice clean knockdown.
The former Demon will absolutely love to nail West Coast first against his old mob. He's going to kick it from about 48 metres. Good connection. Is it online? Yes. Goal umpire does little work, and what a much-needed goal that is for the Eagles.
Yeah, good goal, absolutely, and as I said, goes back to the middle. When you start to win the ball out of the middle, everything changes direction. So you put the Perth defence, who've had some free ball out of half-back, you put them under a bit of pressure, and they've used the ball well, Perth, don't get me wrong, but at the same time they've been allowed to. But Brayshaw, 4 or 5 possessions now, and no, there's no 50 there, but I'll tell you what, it was a lovely kick. And that's against the flow of play, so that's a good goal for West Coast as he comes off the ground, young Hansen.
It was one of their first effective disposals forward of centre, Tim, and that's what they need to be working on for the remainder of this quarter. It's been a bit sloppy heading forward thus far. Jake
Waterman warming up to come onto the ground, which would be much needed, and also Izzy Winder, should I say, is on the ground, and also Alex Witherden is checking back in. But if we have a look at the boundary line just in front of the Eagles bench there, great news, Jake Waterman warming up to come back on.
Back in the middle. Busher in the ruck. Wins the hit out, but it's all Chris Marston. Well, it's going to be holding, and it's going the way of the Eagles.
Gee, they were out Perth too.
Zane True plays on. Drives it long to the dangerous area. Almost Jamison at the foot of the contest. What a pick-up and goal from Kieran Hug, and West Coast have got 2 straight.
Back in the middle. Here it is again. It was nice work in the ruck. They got a free kick for a hold off the ball, and they've got bang for their buck. So it is, if you get forward entries, you all of a sudden are back in the contest. And there it is, a quick entry. Well done by Vardy. He held his ground strong, allowed the contest to go over his head, and that's a lovely goal.
Oh, what a replay by the truck as well,
no,
Tim, if you don't mind.
They're on fire. They're on fire, and so are the West Coast Eagles after a very tardy start. It's a good game of footy, 5 scoring shots, all goals, and we've gone 15 minutes. Winners yesterday in the WAFL, East Fremantle defeated Peel, and Subiaco overcame a gallant East Perth after a tardy start. Our contest is here thanks to Hungry Jacks. Good crowd in as Perth try and go back-to-back into the final system, and great to have the West Coast Eagles WAFL back in the competition.
The Eagles 2 goals from former Demons, so they'll be up and about for this contest, no doubt. Good smother there from Brayshaw, but Smith gets another crack at it. To half forward, Edwards. Beaten on that occasion. This is Hunter. He's going to put it to the top of the goal square. One-on-one contest. Rogers runs out of room, and McGee happy to see it over also. Kieran Hug, obviously the 10 games for the WAFL Eagles back in 2019 from the Southwest Donnybrook, the Southwest League. Good to see him get an opportunity at this level and continue to star in this side. Busher, good hit out, looking for Brayshaw, but well sharked there by Langlands. His kick's off target.
Ten inside 50s to 4 Perth way. Early stats, that early domination, as we saw in the opening 10 minutes, was all one-way traffic.
Witherden, a bit of a mongrel, but he's certainly got distance on it. Vardy flies. O'Neill does well at ground level. Brayshaw looking for Hug. Good hand on it there from Davis. Nitschke just pinches it. West Coast have no one forward of centre, and didn't Busher know it all, but that's almost a perfect switch kick. Needed to go way more boundary on that occasion. A chance for Perth on the rebound. Taylor. Handball outside. Jones. Byrne. Steps past Edwards with ease on that occasion. Little chip. Finds Brady Gray. The important delivery, and West Coast just out of position on that occasion. Simple mark there from Langlands, and you ruined that kick forward there from Busher.
Filthy on the kick. It was a real, I mean, he's speaking to Jake Waterman now on the boundary line, telling about options. When you look up, and he did look up, didn't just throw it on, but he looked up and knew that he was going to kick to a Perth footballer, a Perth player, and what happened was they just got him in transition. He needed to be patient, he needed to pull it back, he needed to give it off somewhere, even if it's just back into the corridor somewhere. It was a poor option, and they're going to pay the price.
The former Saints player, 21-year-old, makes light work of that set shot. No blemishes on the scorecard thus far. Perth 4 straight, Eagles 2 straight.
He's a personal trainer, is this young fella, and I reckon he's doing an 18-week personal trainer course. He's about halfway through, and he's enjoying life in WA. He was on the Saints list for a short time.
A time trial beast is what I'm told, Tim Gossage.
Yes, that's exactly what he was. Yep.
You're not signing up for any of those personal training sessions by any chance,
Do you
Tim?
run? You're a runner?
Mate, I'll float away with the breeze with this frame. I can't afford.
So the answer's no.
Nah. Got to lift before I run, mate. That's where the priorities are at.
So that was a poor error. That was a poor error, poor turnover.
It's a costly one. You're happy to almost get deliberate out of bounds and put it forward 50.
At least you got a chance to set up.
Perth just were made for that switch in play, and they capitalised. Back in the middle, Vardy. Good hit out to O'Neill, but was well tackled there by College. Umpire says in the back, and the Eagles will take it.
He's been good, O'Neill. He's been good. He's worked hard.
Little give off to Foley. He drives it long into the 50. Jamison from a couple back, can't take it. Hot footy up for grabs. True, doesn't know which way to go with it.
He should have gone
Finds
forward.
O'Neill. Foley, another free kick. Going to the Eagles, crowd restless.
Dean Marr gets called that from 50 metres down the ground.
Goes wide to Edwards. Now there's going to be a fair distance for the youngster to nail.
He can kick that, can kick this far, can't he? These blokes.
What way's the wind going, Goss?
It's coming across behind his back, I reckon. A bit of right to left, but it's certainly not. He's not into it. I'm trying to find a flag. Can we get a flag somewhere? Anybody?
The former Glenelg Henley High Schooler just wants to put it to the top of the square.
What's that?
A couple of demons with a fist on it. Regan Clark first to act. Marston says get it out of there. Over McInnes's head. Perfect ball here for Byrne. Edwards closes the gap. Handball to space, the race is on.
Yeah,
Harry Edwards puts into ground, good use of the body in the end.
Yeah, well done, Edwards.
And the Eagles settle.
Very good, calm. They had a 3-on-1. Someone needed to put their body in it just to free it up, and that's a poor kick.
Marlin's kick untidy. Perth, a chance to rebound. Josh Smith gets it moving quickly. This is Langlands. Needs to wait for a little bit of support.
This is what Busher should have done 3 minutes ago. Look at that.
And the Moose, Brant College, takes an easy one. He moves it quickly. Smith, Langlands, back to Josh Smith. He absolutely launches from outside 50, but he's got plenty of hook on it.
First miss on the scoreboard for the day. But that's just something young Busher will get. You know, as I said, he came off the ground on that turnover with the goal a couple of minutes ago. Jake Waterman got to him straight away. He would have just seen that. You had no option. Just needed to be a tad patient, even if it's just hold the ball 3 or 4 seconds and purvey the scene. And anyway, they got it let off there.
Foley kicks for distance. Perth so clean around these stoppages at the moment. Kick inside 50. The race is on.
Perth have got numbers.
Opportunity for McGee. Gee, how's the speed here from Regan Clark? Going to run out of room, and a tremendous tackle from Chaz Flint, making sure he's not going any further with that pill.
He's quick, Clark. I'm not too sure Jalen McGee is. He got caught, young Jalen, former Tiger, son of Ken McGee, who was a long-time coach of the Perth Heat baseball team. Thanks to Hungry Jacks who bring us this coverage. The burgers are better at Hungry Jacks, and the queue is about 10 deep. They left half forward.
Good tackle on Edmonds there.
So Jake Waterman trying to check into the game for the first time. We've ticked up 22 minutes, so definitely on limited minutes.
McInnes, little backwards fist, clever. Edmonds, his kick smothered. Flint charges through the pack there.
Nice.
Nice handballs there from West Coast. Hanson, O'Neill. Important kick in the corridor, and he nails it. Busher.
There we go, kid. Have a look.
Oh, he's played on. He's got an option wide.
That's better. Good stuff. Quick learner. I like it.
Rebillard has the skipper down the line.
How's his work rate?
He's got 2-on-2 inside forward 50. Wants to move it quickly. Winder at the back. Launches in his direction. Taylor guarding him. Better position, Winder. And tremendous work there. West Coast had their third.
Well done, Izzy Winder. Fantastic. Read it better. Good use of the body. Good entry. Brayshaw's absolutely dominating. And that was great. I've got to give young Busher some credit there. He, not a dissimilar situation, a little bit deeper in the back half. He looked up. What was his options? He had a look. Then he found someone loose. That was much better. So he's heeded the advice of the experienced Jake Waterman. and it succeeded in getting a goal. Good comeback by West Coast. Perth certainly got the jump on them early. 23 gone. The margin is 7 points as Jake Waterman stands in the goal square now in the 6-6-6 for West Coast to left of screen. So good to see him out there. Quality player. He's certainly going to have a major role to play, I'm sure, for our senior team. Good start by both teams. Good game of footy. Really good game of footy. Enjoying this one.
Busher called to play on and just had a little bit of composure about himself. Had the option wide on the wing and didn't blaze. So that was tremendous work, and great to see that flowing mullet back on a football field.
His mum's not keen on the mo.
Not many will be, I imagine. College, deep entry, and just a little bit of a nudge underneath the ball. Tunnelling, I do believe they call it. Oh, gee, that's going to be play-on advantage. Yeah. And Fraser McInnes kicks his second of the day.
Yep, he does. And interesting enough, the field umpire who called the free kick had no idea where that ball had gone. He was absolutely, he'd stopped. He was looking at the mark on, here's the free kick. There's the nudge out. And the umpire came in, never looked once, and didn't call the advantage until Dean Marr gets to his 50 metres back. The AFL experienced umpire said, nah, you've got to make the call. So the non-controlling umpire called the advantage. And Fraser McInnes was across it. So interesting call in the initial decision. From that vision that we just saw there, it did look like there was some severe interference. So good response by Perth, and McInnes is absolutely dominating up forward. He's controlling it, dominating it, and having a play in nearly every score so far for Perth.
High scoring game of footy here at Minres Park.
Oh, he's down, he's hurt. That's a hit, that's Busher.
Perth another chance to drive themselves forward to the goal square. Rogers twisting, turning on the left. Doesn't have enough bend back on the goal square. Big contest, but fists on the line. Well done there from Johnson, preventing Perth's 6th goal of the quarter on that occasion. Yeah. And didn't Rogers look nifty on that occasion?
Yeah, he did. It was on the breeze too. That breeze is certainly coming across the ground, and it was, so if you are going at that end of the ground, you aim it toward the left-hand goalpost at the administration end, the southern end of the ground. That's the way the wind's going. So it was a lucky save for West Coast. There's that breeze now, really stretching that ball across.
It's an unbelievable kick there from Alex Witherden. With the wind well weighted, kicked it about 60, and his teammate in Fitzgerald didn't break stride. Chaz Flint, a little bit confused as to what to do with it.
At the back.
Rebillard looking for body. That's a bit of a mismatch against the giant in Giblet. Good use of the body, Nicholas. Puts it at the feet of Cornelio. Nitschke corrals him well. Flint didn't want to go back with the flight. Don't blame him. Brady Gray was coming like an absolute boulder on that occasion down the hill. He puts it forward to the flank. McInnes, front position, does well. Good, even better spoil from Marlin. Oh, that's a dangerous kick just over the head of True. The back feed puts Davis under a heap of pressure. Good contest here on broadcast wing. Brayshaw True gets a second crack at it. Rebillard a little bit fumbly. Cornelio sweats on him. Jai Clark, Marston, bit of composure from the 2018 Premiership player. Baldwin Wright.
They're going to get out the other side.
Look at this. Perth are well and truly on if they can work this one out. This is going to be Edmonds. Handball over the top. Perth have got numbers. They can raffle it. Langlands back to Edmonds. Snap kick, untidy. Didn't they have a plethora of options at the top of the square, and McGee, I'm sure, was not one of them.
Gee, that was good footy. That's a free kick. Oh, that's a free kick every day of the week.
Brayshaw is going to play on with it. The right decision.
The original decision was no free kick.
Vardy's going to have to do well to bring this ball over the line, and a bit of support from Rebillard does just so.
That play on the wing about 90 seconds ago, I mean, albeit there was turnovers and there were blokes who were sort of missing tackles and the like, it was still good footy, like really good in-tight stuff. It just needed clean, and then up stepped Chris Marston, and that's why the game broke open. 27 gone, 14-point lead to Perth. Good game, really enjoying this game. Both teams showing plenty.
Baldwin Wright with strength, but had a fresh area off the deck. Oh. Edwards having a look at his intercept prowess. What a grab from Harry Edwards. Bit too big and tall there for Langlands.
And that's 50 metres. That is absolutely 50 metres every day of the week. That bloke took a mark, clear mark, was taken to ground, and Langlands didn't let go of him.
Cornelio looking for Smith. Can't find him. Flint just bangs it forward. Sinclair with courage back with the fly. Didn't know what was coming. And have a look at the setup from Perth. They've got this loose man on the switch on a number of occasions. Edmonds. Regan Clark moves around. to the top of the square. Ainsworth needs to put a fist on it. Flint just settles and finds Edwards in the pocket.
You've got to push hard here, the Eagles. There's a lot of blokes standing in this back 50. And he looks up, and this is just going to be pedestrian stuff to get out.
Marlon Foley over to Ainsworth, who's done a power of running in the last 5 minutes as Braden Ainsworth. Waterman for his first touch of the afternoon.
This is better.
Good kick to Rebillard.
Get a one-on-one with Vardy. Vardy want this situation.
Got to get it quick. You bang on the money, Goss. Got to go long. Vardy just gave him no opportunity on that occasion. Goes for the miraculous. Doesn't quite get the bounce. If you're resting Ruckman's deep forward, I dare say put it on his head and not on the lead.
Yeah, he won't be happy with the kick, Jake. I think he'd know that situation time and time again. Which Vardy did well to actually keep it in. But they get the stoppage. They can reset, reload.
Nathan Dacos at that point.
Yeah, it was. It just unfortunately went straight. There was no off-break whatsoever or wrong. But they're in a position A here. That's a shallow throw-in every day of the week.
Vardy, clear possession. The snap has a chance.
Got it.
What an absolute perler from Nathan Vardy.
Yeah, it was a bad throw-in. It was a really bad throw-in. It was a shallow throw-in, but Vardy was quick to think about it. I can tell you that the Perth coaches box are not happy with Vardy being able to take that out of the air. Yeah, just brute strength. No tackle. Got past far too easy. I think Brant College wouldn't want to see that either. Couldn't lay a hand on him. So that's a good goal. And again, a good response. And that's what they've done every time. And I like his work rate. One thing I'm sure he's been told by the coaching staff is just keep working hard. He's been good in the middle. And now playing up forward, he's been on the end of it. This is a good response by the Eagles.
Are you surprised they left him out, Goss, and they're going to roll with an Oscar Allen, presumably, as their backup run?
I think Port Adelaide, the way Port Adelaide play the game, I think it would have been difficult for Nathan to stay in touch. Port Adelaide are just run and stun. They play at a million miles an hour, and there's no room for blokes who probably can't keep up.
4-5. What an electric start to this contest here at Mineral Resources Park and your opening round fixture for the 2021 WAFL season. And Foley is going to give West Coast another entry. The umpire's calling it back, and there's holding going on.
Yep,
it's going against Nicholas to Jake Waterman.
Yep. And Vardy was in position A to mark that. And so
I couldn't think that our replay boys would have a shot of this because that was well off the ball.
If they go wide, if we get a wide shot here. But anyway, so it was Jake Waterman who's been given the free kick. See, gee, a goal here, and all of a sudden they're within 2 points with quarter time looming. It's a wonderful response.
The big Jake the Snake. 39 AFL games in his past 3 years, building nicely.
With 37 cameras, we'll be able to get the shot.
What production do you think we're running here? Jake Waterman with his second kick of the afternoon, and that's class there from the Snake.
That is a wonderful response. And again, I don't want to harp on it, but it is what happens in the middle of the ground. You give your back 6, back 7 some relief. If you win the contest and you turn the pressure around, and it's a really good response. A 10-goal first quarter.
What an absolute belter of a game.
It's a good game of footy, a really good game of footy. And and the Perth coaching staff going down to the Gary Moss, Dane Burnett, who was one time at Subiaco, Chance Bateman, Stephen Armstrong.
Good to see Chance Bateman still involved in footy. It was a great commodity here for the West Coast Eagles a couple of years back.
Stevie Armstrong, premiership player there. Dane Burnett, who was involved in junior development at Subiaco. And Gary Moss, of course, who was at East Perth and Hawthorn.
You wouldn't think there's a ton of time remaining. 31 minutes played here in this opening term. Back in the middle. Hamish Brayshaw, Luke Edwards mines it out. O'Neill back to Ainsworth. He's had a fair bit of it in this quarter, and Jamison just can't reel it in. Nicholas kicks for distance for the Demons to the flank. Marlon leads in the race.
He read that well.
Witherden. McGee's kick, spot on. Finds Busher. Have a look at that kick from Witherden. Long ball inside. 50, Vardy. Top lead, Rebillard at ground level. Heard the voice of Nitschke. Perth have just got to hang on here in the remaining minute. West Coast looking for their first lead of the afternoon. And the wise money on the ball up inside forward 50.
Tell you what, the quarters are long. It was a 35, a big leap from Vardy, almost clunked it.
Gee, that's not a bad spoil there from the Demons, just bringing that to ground.
35-minute quarters in the WAFL game that I went to last night.
Another free kick given. Which way is it going? It's West Coast. Nathan Vardy for a ruck infringement. We'll get a good look at it here. Oh, a little bit of arm around the shoulder.
Yeah, the left arm. 100% correct decision. 100%.
So Hunter, he's certainly outmatched size-wise when he's jumping in as the backup ruck for the Demons, and that's worst-case scenario as far as Perth are concerned. Nathan Vardy looking for his second of the quarter.
6 free kicks to 5, Perth.
The 2018 Premiership player has absolutely split the guts, and West Coast, all of a sudden, take the lead.
Astonishing. Astonishing.
At 3 goals to love, it looked trouble,
Yeah,
guys.
it looked like it was going to be a long day.
And they just had to settle. They had to get their disposal efficiency on target.
Correct.
And that's just a brutal free kick. You'd have to think there's under a minute remaining here.
Ainsworth clean, Brayshaw clean, Foley, O'Neill clean, Witherden good out of the back half. True, all their listed players have used the footy well, and that's the key to this competition. It's the clean skills inside the WAFL. And as I said, I went and saw Subiaco and East Perth, and East Perth were gallant, but it came down to skills in the end, and Subiaco's skills were far too good for East Perth. Teams that have the skills and use the footy best. And let's have a look at Perth. Canelio's had 8, Langlands has had 8, Marston 8, and again his use of the footy's been good, and Josh Smith 8. Plenty of footy there, but it's a remarkable turnaround by the West Coast Eagles.
College on hands and knees, feeds it out to Hunter, free kick, waves it going. Gee, that's stiff.
He's through it.
West Coast are going to get another forward entry here. Busher
He's gunshot now.
wants to move it quickly. He's gone the big Nori, if you don't mind. Who's flying over Waterman's head? Here's a chance. Nishki round the body. Could you believe it?
Cooper Nitschke. Now, for those who don't know Cooper Nitschke, he was a Claremont reserve, couldn't get a game, was down playing B grade for Wembley, played in the B grade premiership team, and his dad is Craig Nitschke, who's the long-time West Australian newspaper sports editor, one of the all-time good fellas. So well done, Cooper, and he's pretty happy. Look at that. There's a sign up there as well.
He's one of 4 debutants for the Eagles at WAFL League level this afternoon, and that's his first major, of course. Wonderful effort and 2 costly free kicks in the final 2 minutes, and this time on period for the Demons has stung hard.
Has it ever? And I told you these quarters were long, 35 minutes, but it has been a 12-goal first term.
7 straight, no blemishes on the scorecard as far as the Eagles are concerned. You couldn't ask for a better start. Ball back in the middle, untidy bounce, we'll do it again.
So Fraser McInnes goes into the middle, put a bit of vigour and a bit of experience around the footy, just trying to stop the flow. And it has been all one-way traffic in the last 15 minutes for West Coast in the middle of the ground.
Yes, 3 ex-Eagles in the middle as far as Perth are concerned. But it's still going to be West Coast with the clearance. Brayshaw feeds it. Luke Edwards barrels it forward, but Nicholas reads it best. He played on. Oh, this is going to be an interesting call, because I reckon he went on with that, Goss.
Yeah, the umpire's called him back.
Very fortunate there for the Demons, almost coughing up another scoring opportunity for the Eagles.
And I agree with you 100%. Having a look at the Hungry Jacks replay, there's no doubt he took about 2 steps. Not genuine hard steps, but certainly went in the right direction.
Here we go. Can Perth snag another one late? The kick from Brady Gray, just a little bit out of reach there from Rogers. Have a throw in, 60 out from the Demons' goal.
No doubt Perth will respond to what has been certainly a massive turnaround. We've gone 36 and a half minutes. We could have a 40-minute quarter.
Can someone check on the timekeeper? Make sure he's got a pulse. Marston. Oh, he's tried to fend one away. He's done well in the end, and Byrne just ducked his head and took all of that tackle from Brayshaw. This is just great ferocity from both sides around the contest. Thoroughly enjoying this spectacle. Oh, have a look at the leap from Busher. He's had 2 jumps at that one. Rogers kick 4. Jesus, just been bobbled there from McPartland.
He grasped it straight away, not even close to him.
Difficult chance. It was coming in very hot from Rogers.
I can tell you the West Coast Eagles coaching staff are looking across, looking at their watches, look, they're waving their hands around going, how long is this quarter going for? 37 minutes.
Hunter against Busher. Marston back feet. Gray, one way, the other.
Oh.
No left foot. High check side. Edwards drops it in the end. Probably should have wrapped it up easily. Ainsworth, good back feet, and there comes the siren, Goss.
Yeah, with 37 minutes and 23 seconds, and West Coast with a 10-point lead in that first quarter. 7 straight, 42 to Perth, 5-2, 32. For the Demons, goal kickers, 2 to Fraser McInnes, 1 to Corey Byrne, 1 to Langland and 1 to McPartland. And for the West Coast Eagles, their goal kickers, 2 to Vardy and singles to Hanson, Hug, Nitschke, Waterman and Winder. We'll take a break. It is the West Coast Eagles by 10 points. Hope you're all enjoying the action from Mineral Resources Park on our West Coast Eagles coverage, thanks to Hungry Jack's.
Family time's more fun when you keep it simple. Take a break with Hungry Jack's new feast bundle. Get 2 tender crisp chicken burgers, 2 Whoppers, 2 cheeseburgers, 18 nuggets, 4 small chips and 4 drinks for $34.95. Only at Hungry Jack's.
Guys, this weekend we're serving Carlton Dry at all the WAFL clubs, and what a great opportunity for you all to go to the bar, grab a pint of Carlton Dry, and that money will then be used to fund the Lord Mayor's relief appeal for those who are badly impacted by the bushfires. I know footy in general got impacted last year, as did businesses and sport in general by COVID. So we think we're struggling a bit, no more so than the bushfire people, those affected by that. So local pub, local WAFL club, first round of WAFL footy, get down to the bar, Carlton Dry, pint of, enjoy it, but also know that enjoying that pint, the money you've tipped over the bar is going to a very worthy cause. I think West Australians, as we all know, are so renowned for our ability to raise money through whether it's telethon and those numerous number of fundraising calls we get. It could be bi-monthly, there's something. But I think we are most generous when it becomes someone who might be in your family, friends, mum and dad, your mate who's had some damage caused by the bushfires, work within the fire brigade, those that are directly impacted by those bushfires. This little promotion by CUB, Carlton Dry, $10 out of your pocket, money so well spent.
All right, single Aussie, your double Whopper cheese.
And my triple whiskey river.
Whopper your way. Choose single, double or triple and try the new Whiskey River Whopper with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions. Whopper your way, your taste, your size. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Smiling. You don't look too bad. We're just so used to seeing. No, it's because you got bigger length from here. My length. You need tight shorts. You need tight. If you had a bit short, yeah.
This Whopper has no beef.
No beef.
Introducing the Rebel Whopper with a patty made from plants.
I've never had plant that tastes like meat before.
Tastes just like a Whopper.
It tastes exactly like a Whopper.
New Rebel Whopper, 100% Whopper, 0% beef. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
A lot of people around the Perth huddle, and they were impressive early. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second quarter at Mineral Resources Park, thanks to Hungry Jack's. It is the Demons 5-2-32, but they trail the West Coast Eagles 7 straight 42. And there's senior coach Adam Simpson, who has a lot on his plate for tonight in Port Adelaide. Drew Petrie in the striped shirt as well, and a couple of the other members of the Eagles coaching staff. Steve Bandy's here. That's an impressive start by the Eagles, and I think he'd be happy with his AFL-listed players and their output so far in that first quarter.
Oh, big time. And have a look at some replays here. Perth certainly shot out of the gates, all thanks to Fraser McInnes. He was involved in all three of the Demons' 3 goals, including kicking the first for the afternoon. And West Coast were just a little bit panicked with their ball use early doors. They were able to settle and start piling on the goals later on. That's McPartland probably kicking his first league goal in WAFL footy, and then it certainly looked ominous at that point, Goss. Fraser McInnes again with this lovely delivery to Byrne, and the 50-metre penalty against Fitzgerald. Easy pickings. Yeah,
look, they were very good early, Perth, and they'll respond. Yeah, they sort of got blown off the park, but it just became good use of the footy. They got a bit of the rub of the green to the West Coast Eagles with the umpiring as well. But they made most of the chances, and it all came about when Waterman checked into the game about 25-minute mark of a 37-minute quarter. And all of a sudden, you've got Jake Waterman in the forward line, albeit he didn't have a huge influence on the game. It gets your defence starting to wonder, and that seemed to take some pressure off Nathan Vardy. 2 goals, 10 hit-outs. Ainsworth, Brayshaw clean with the ball. Good stuff in the back half as well. Perth also had Chris Marston with 10 disposals. It is a really high-quality game of football.
Well, yeah, you look at the size of Giblet, and he does very well at being the main stopper for the Demons, but you got a Jake Waterman and a Nathan Vardy down there, and you go, well, I'm going to go to one, and then you've got an undersized matchup for the next defender in store. So it's tough going for the Demons with those high entries.
Second quarter for Hungry Jacks. Hope you're enjoying the action wherever you're watching on our socials.
Vardy wins the hit out. O'Neill sharks it nicely. Edwards combines with Waterman, who's worked further up the ground. Shakes the Rogers tackle with ease, and good delivery to Ainsworth.
He's been good, Ainsworth. Really liked it. You know, he looks a little bit, at times he looks a bit lackadaisical, but gee, I tell you what, he uses the footy well.
His 10th disposal is one to forget. Josh Smith reads it best, pumps it forward, but it's all Harry Edwards.
He's going to get another crack at it, Ainsworth.
And this will be his 11th. Chooses the handball on this occasion. Foley. He's searching for a long Hansen lead. He's going to run out at Turfel. That tap back in could have been quite dangerous because Davis was licking his lips for the Demons.
Take the percentage, I would, and just let it go and reset on the interchange side. But yeah, as we mentioned in that first quarter, 2 goals to Vardy, but also 2 to Fraser McInnes. A lot to like about the Demons too. They've been solid early.
It's funny looking at Drew Petrie yarn with Adam Simpson at quarter time. The last time the WAFL Eagles team were out here, Drew Petrie was playing.
Yeah, absolutely. Now he's playing, I'm led to believe, with the Cottesloe Amateurs, the Roosters. I've heard a rumour about that. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard that he's going to be playing with Cottesloe every now and then.
Goodness me.
I know. Could have gone to Wembley.
Jones dispossessed with the Ainsworth tackle. Edwards gets in the way.
It's been good, Edwards.
Does nicely. O'Neill had nowhere to go. Marston wraps him up.
Oh, that's holding the ball every day of the week. He had a chance then, and he chose to pull it in. So he got away with one, I reckon. If you
a harsh man, gosh.
There, he could have given it. He absolutely could have given it.
Vardy wins the hit out, but True had very little room to operate. Fitzgerald gets a hand on it. Byrne. Only as far as Witherden. High snap kick. Jamison's got to fly, as too did Sinclair. Oh, Davis just turning into the Hansen tackle. Beautiful work there. The Demons moving it out with hands. Brady Gray. Low darting ball. What a pass that is. Oh, it was just too hot to handle for McPartland. And Foley pinches it from him. Kicks to the wing, Jamison. He's done well to compete. Ball only just trickling out of play because the Demons were loading up for another entry.
He's had 4 or 5 chances, Jamison, but I tell you what, he just keeps attacking that footy. They're going to stick eventually. He's got a great reach on him. He presents himself well. There's a bit to like about him.
At 201 centimetres. Can't wait for that rig to start filling out,
Yeah,
Goss.
exactly right. A bit like myself.
I think you're filled out enough. And a free kick going the way of True's putting his hand up.
It's coming back to Vardy for a hold.
Vardy.
Yep.
So he's causing some problems in the ruck thus far, Nathan Vardy against Baldwin Wright. Tidy kick to Edwards.
He moves well, this kid. I can tell you that right now. My first real look at him in a game situation. He does not look out of place against the men.
Very clean around the stoppages is Luke Edwards. He puts it inside 50. Ainsworth can't get a kick out. Vardy. Rebillard can't handle it. Even the tap was a bit dicey to O'Neill.
It certainly was.
Good feint there from Davis, and he just gets it out of the dangerous area. What an effort there from the West Coast Eagles. He's gone back with the flight, and he hasn't moved too far at all. We'll get back to that. Langlands looking for McInnes. Tidy kick. The Demons streaming back. Rogers over the top. Foley needs to make ground. Is he going to have a dip? Clever kick, and that is just perfectly weighted to Jones. And it's Fitzgerald here from the West Coast Eagles, a little bit worse for wear. Trainers assessing him as we speak.
He's just standing still. He's not going anywhere, but I think he'd be going off the ground if the protocols are right. Just getting his faculties about him.
Marshall Jones wheels around on the left boot, just pushes it across the face.
Yeah, he's not well, Fitzgerald. He's coming off the ground.
Have a look at this in the replay here, Goss, with the flight.
Courage. Wow,
Has he got hit by Foley then in the end?
Yeah, he did. Foley went to spoil both players with absolute courage. But he seems to be okay, moving a little bit better now. He's had a bit of friendly fire from a couple of teammates. He got one from the big unit, Oscar, didn't he?
He snapped a ball and ended up booting him in the head, splitting him open and ending his pre-season debut. Oscar Allen said he was wearing him very tightly that day, and that was the only way he could get a kick, was getting him off the ground.
And now he's a young fella. He's now on the bench, recovering after getting some friendly fire from a teammate. But his commitment to the footy, absolutely first rate. You'd love that every day of the week.
Brayshaw trying to split the gap here to O'Neill in the centre of the ground. Winder, very nifty. True, back to Izzy Winder. Lowers the eyes, hug. All one-on-ones forward at this moment.
That's good. Fantastic.
Winder goes to the pocket. Brayshaw over his head. Edmonds close by his side. And the Demons will take a throw in every day of the week.
So would West Coast. That's a good setup here. That was good work by Winder. That's good double effort. He worked hard because he turned it over earlier on this side of the ground with a handball that went to Brady Gray in a tight situation. So better use of the footy there. His work rate's really lifted. Kicked a goal in the first quarter. Didn't have a lot to do, but it's fantastic work rate in the opening 5 minutes of this second term.
Throw in, it's all Baldwin right. Sinclair, Jai Clark darts the pass to McInnes, but Edwards brings it to ground. True, can't handle it cleanly. Hot footy inside Eagles forward 50. True gets another crack. What a handball. Edwards on the outside of the boot. Puts it to the near side.
First miss for the day for West Coast. 7-1, 43 to 5-3, 33. Back out to a double-digit lead. So the game is sort of steady. That open, 12-goal first quarter. Everything seems to have calmed down a little bit. I'm not surprised. It was a 37-minute quarter, so the players would be sucking it in deeply.
Hill for the Demons.
Jake Waterman coming off the ground. Working on minutes, of course. Keep an eye on his stats for you.
Here we go. The Demons got a bit of run on the far side. Josh Smith with that booming leg has got Rogers in best position. The Demons want to move it quickly. The right call. Baldwin right running back to the square. It's got to sit for him. Taps it back in play. Very clever. Oh, almost contact below the knees. He's jumped on it. I think he's in trouble. Margetts pings him.
Did all the hard work. Didn't get the contact decision because he dived flush on the ball. Here he gives a replay for Hungry Jacks. Bang. Oh, just missed the left leg, but once he'd done that, he was in a world of pain. So this would be the response that they need here through Marshall Jones.
Had a shot earlier in the quarter, having to go on his left boot. This one far easier with the angle.
Been a while since they kicked the goal.
He's apparently a tremendous set shot, I'm being told by his Perth Demons teammates, and he doesn't let me down on that occasion.
Good response. They've steadied here, Perth. West Coast had a lot of forward 50 entry and forward half play then and couldn't get bang for their buck. As we take a look at that replay again. So the initial dive on Just gets away with that, but once he dived on it, he was in a world of pain. So well done by the Demons. Pretty happy with himself too. And gets the margin back to 3 points.
Best mates with Zach Fisher out of York, I'm told, is Marshall Jones. Of course, the Carlton Blues forward. And the Demons just keeping in touch at the moment with the West Coast Eagles. 3 points the margin.
With 7 goals to 5 at quarter time. Now 7 goals to 6. Good game of footy. Really good game of footy.
Back in the middle.
Good
Busher
response.
against Baldwin Wright. Ainsworth. Prolific ball winner this afternoon thus far. Hansen provides a good contest. Baldwin Wright has to bend that large back of his to pick it up. Brayshaw scrubs a kick out. This will be hard to handle. Oh, Vardy, how clean was that from the big fella? The handball's going to work for the Demons, though. Bit unfortunate. Sinclair, Marshall Jones, the recent goal kicker. Edwards almost could have jumped in to just take that mark. Busher off the side of the boot, but he won't mind if it goes out. Surely not deliberate. You get a good
Seriously, they're fucking the Mickey, aren't they, those fans?
Well, you get a good idea of what the crowd's like in this grandstand broadcast side.
You're allowed to have skill errors. That was a simple skill error. Slow-moving ruckman threw the ball on the boot and didn't connect.
Beautiful view of this throw-in. Baldwin Wright just out bodies in. Rogers, the tank, on the left boot. It's going to just drift out of play ever so slightly, though.
Just in front of the Hungry Jacks outlet.
One of my worst fears, getting tackled by that man, Goss. Matt Rogers.
Yeah, he's a big unit, isn't he?
Absolute monster.
And a couple of stints here at the Demons.
Oh, Busher with the early leap. Unrealistic is the call by the punter sitting in front of me, and to be honest, I can't find a reason to argue with him.
Well, Chris Marston giving Ainsworth a bit of a stare down as he left exit stage left.
Braden Ainsworth, Luke Foley, Zane True, all on 12 disposals thus far from the West Coast Eagles, finding plenty of it.
Yeah, they've been good. Got a good direction too around these contests here. Both teams have certainly tightened things up. Brady Gray making a difference.
Taylor bangs it forward to the 50 for the Demons. Oh, what an absolute ripping grab there from Foley. Gutsy stuff, because if that went to ground, his opponent was off. Had to commit and made no mistake.
He did. They've certainly curbed Fraser McInnes's impact on this game. They've got a better system down back here. Edwards has done a very good job tightening him up, and yeah, they look a little bit better controlled down back West Coast.
Flynn searches for the big man, and Busher sees it over the line.
He's not out of place, this fella, Busher. He's not out of place at all. He's made one glaring error, but he looks like he's pretty comfortable at this level. Work rate's good.
Played for Perth back in 2015. Was at East Perth a couple of years ago. Just the 3 league games thus far.
Is he related to Hayden Busher, who's walked out on Claremore?
A massive pass on that question,
Well,
Goss.
the name Busher, it's not very popular. I mean, it's not a common name. I'm not saying it's unpopular.
That's a great call. Marston, quick kick, with it in a good position. Fist forward. There's Brady Gray had dealt with Busher behind play there.
You didn't see the first one though, did you?
Yeah, remonstrating. I think Brady Gray was done for there. Have a look. Oh, that isn't good at all. I'm gonna ask to see that again later down the track. But
Brady Gray's gone off holding his head too, holding his ear.
Busher's gone Apollo Creed at that moment. I hope there was nothing untoward in the force, but definite contact of the head that was missed. Ainsworth, Jamison in front position. Can't take it. Hug. Tries to draw the handball, but just gives it straight to Edmonds. Jake the Snake sees it out.
So, yeah, look, I think Brady made a lot of it, albeit it was high, that previous contact. Anyway, Brady Gray's gone off the ground. There's Jake Waterman. He'll put a spice into the game for a stump.
13 goals thus far. Plenty of spice as is. Vardy hits it straight to Edmonds. Umpire call play on. Advantageous for Perth. Regan Clark's kicks off the toe, but it finds McInnes. Have a look at the run from Byrne. The left foot pass. It's an absolute beauty.
It was
finds Hunter.
West Coast committed to the lead, Hunter. Needed good delivery and got it.
West Coast have worked back in numbers. To the top of the square. A couple of Demons fly. Just a smash out there from... That is delivered. I don't mind that call because I don't think Lennon Marlin had any other intention but to get the ball over the boundary line. Plays on straight away. Left foot's gone across the face.
Fraser kicked the goal from a similar position in the first quarter.
Don't mind him having that shot on the left side, Fraser McInnes.
No, 100%.
So West Coast with a 3-point lead.
Just hanging in there, aren't they, at the moment? The Demons have really got their foot on their throat at the moment, trying to hurt them on the scoreboard. Have really got true reward for their efforts in this term.
With a long ball. Vardy with a couple to beat.
Oh.
Ainsworth and Busher just run into each other, and Perth are away. Here's Chris Marston. Delivery inside full 50. He's gone long. Doesn't help Byrne whatsoever, and easy pickings for Harry Edwards. Normally such a masterful ball user is Chris, but not on that occasion. Good work there from Hill. Just used the body to lean into Jamison and takes the intercept mark. That's an absolute floater. Good luck to you.
Oh.
Foley taken without it, and McInnes is grabbing something, just a finger or hand. Let's hope he's all right. Foley's kick. He's got Brayshaw sitting on his Pat Malone. Moves it quickly. Rebillard sends it long. That's not a bad kick. It's going to work for Hug if it sits. Cornelio's got pace. He's with him and overtakes him in the end. Great work there from Cornelio. The kick goes all of 7 metres, but Sinclair just keeps moving it on to College.
11 free kicks to 6. West Coast certainly got the rub of the green, the umpires, since quarter time.
Davis has got acres of space. The crowd urging him to go over the top. Oh, the kick is really untidy, and Edwards says, thanks for coming. Sends it long. Now it's 2v1 for West Coast. Oh. What a spoil there from Nicholas. Was out of position with the flight. And Giblet collects. Davis inboard. Nicholas again. And the crowd certainly showing their appreciation. Perth can absolutely raffle this one. They got 3 players. The kick is just to the feet of Jai Clark. He's still got it in front of him. McPartland there to help out, but he's stripped by Brayshaw. Perth have really mucked this opportunity up, but they're still going to get another crack. To full forward, Ainsworth. Brilliant spoil. Langland's doing his best, and geez, they had numbers, they had an opportunity, and they were just very unclean.
McInnes is coming off the ground, left arm. Don't know if it's a hand or a shoulder, but he's running to the bench now. They tried to get the trainers out, but then the ball came down quickly, and he's tried to ignore it. Here he is here, Fraser.
Well, it was in that contest where Foley took the intercept mark.
That's
immediately grabbed it and went to hand, and that's one bloke you don't want off the ground as far as Perth are concerned, the co-captain.
Massive blow for them.
We're back here. The umpire's found a kick. It's going the way of Vardy. Again, Perth is having a bit of trouble containing him at these stoppages.
In that 2-on-1 down there at the other end of the ground, the West Coast Eagles end of the ground, was a beautiful spoil by the Demons on a 2-on-1. Nitsky needed to be better. He needed to free up a man, put a body on him.
The body was clutch. You're dead on the money. I think he was worried about infringing in the contest, and he just didn't get the body in the way. And enabled Casey Nicholas to have one of the spoils of the day.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was
the
very
former Wesley Curtin player. That was something special. A throw up left half forward for the Demons. Baldwin right, looking for Marston, but it's O'Neill who sharks it. High window with a fair leap from behind. Umpires going to pay a free kick, and again, I reckon it's probably his 4th or 5th free kick handed today, and haven't listened to the crowd.
Yeah, he's in front, the umpire said, and they're very hot on this rule at that level, and he's dead right. I mean, Sinclair did just have his arms wrapped around him.
The kick, just too much on it for Jake Waterman. Nicholas takes an easy intercept mark. Perth will just steady in the back half, although Taylor sees something he likes. Have a look at the space that Burns got on the outer side. And in turn, Langlands. A mountain of space. Just dobs it over the top. Regan Clark. And that was just a lack of setting up defensively as far as the Eagles are concerned, and Perth has picked that one apart.
Yeah, a chance to go back in front here, the Demons. Brady Gray's about to check back in. He's taking his angry pills. And the 3 free kicks to Nathan Vardy so far in the game, along with his 2 goals.
Regan Clark, the 6 league games in 2020. He's kicked 0 goals, so he's lining up for his first major. We've had a few of them today. A few players popping their gold cherry. Oh, and just slams it into the woodwork.
So all of a sudden, we've had a 12-goal first quarter. We've had 1 goal in 17 minutes in the second. The game a little bit more normal. Not as entertaining, mind you, but it's a bit more of an arm wrestle. They certainly didn't leave anything out there in the opening 37 minutes of the game. The Demons look, they're right in this contest, there's no doubt. I mean, we're only margin, 3 points is 2 points is the margin now. But they certainly look like they're the better team right now, Perth.
McGee has it. Right half back for the Eagles. Short pass to Luke Edwards.
So this is pedestrian stuff right now.
Still plenty of quarter to go in this second term. Edwards. This kick's got to be precise.
Brayshaw.
It's got Brayshaw. Rogers does well to dislodge the ball from his hands, and now they're under the pump. Good work there from Rogers getting back on it. Little handball inside. Regan Clark goes to ground, but Burns got some space in the pocket. Will he centre up? No, he'll have a shot and just a bit inaccurate on that occasion.
That was good, but the kick had to hit Brayshaw, and it didn't. It landed short, and then it became a genuine 2-on-2 rather than probably the Eagles having the field position and also the free ball. So that was good stuff by Perth, in particular by Rogers. But they're getting there by stealth. 12 scoring shots to 8 certainly does indicate that Perth have been the better team in this second quarter.
Johnson has a trot. Long ball. Jamison uses the body well. Wants to feed Hug on the
What's
inside,
that?
but the handball wasn't on. Lucky bounce as far as Eagles are concerned, because look at Ainsworth. Back to True. It's one-on-one inside forward 50. Jake Waterman needs a bounce. Wants to duck back inside. Have a look at the strength of Jakey Waterman. Going to stroll in, check side, and he's just gone the wrong side of the post. I reckon he's got a few teammates asking what's going on, Jake.
Yeah, could have come back into Hard, could have come back into Brayshaw, could have come back to a couple of others.
We've just got a clip from a Perth supporter
What do you
not
want?
realising it's an Eagles stream up here, saying, you know, there's two sides out here, guys. That was a ripper.
Perth want to pay for the stream, mate. We'll call them too.
Here we go. Goss is firing back at the crowd. It's all happening here at Minres Park.
Just gave me the bird, that bloke.
Regan Clark kicks for distance.
Thanks to Hungry Jacks.
And a good contest on the outer side from Foley. Absolutely brilliant. We'll have a bit of crowd interaction here,
don't
Tim.
you ever. Don't you ever. Good that they are here at Grassroots Footy,
It's sad they've got to put up with our voice for
supporting their team.
Four
They've been
quarters.
terrible for 20-odd years, but made the finals last year.
through the feet of True. Marston snaps it forward. Well read there from Marlon, and West Coast a chance to reload on the far wing. Plenty of numbers down the line, and Marlon has to oblige with a low darting ball. Jeez, if that was intentional, how's your father? Luke Edwards
I don't
takes
think
it.
it was.
Wheels and goes. Tremendous kick. Jake Waterman through his hands. Nicholas has been tremendous this quarter. Perth on the rebound. Regan Clark, the speed wobbles, puts himself in some trouble.
Gone.
Great tackle. Jeez, he got the handball away though, Goss. I don't know if it's holding the ball.
Well, he ran a long way with it. That was the point.
I don't care how long he ran. Oh, and Flint and Mainsworth worked it out in the end.
It was actually quite funny. Here it is there. Got the hand pass away.
Got the speed wobbles though,
Oh,
didn't
no,
he?
this bloke's still cracking on. He's still cracking on.
Flint sends it long down the line. Waterman's got to have a couple to beat. In the end, they just let him have a...
Mate, security.
It is all happening around us here in the comm box.
Yeah. I'll have a word to him at half-time.
Oh, the imposing figure that is Tim Gossage.
Well,
Look out.
No, I can handle him, mate. No problems.
Here he is, plugging UFC for the weekend. Hamish Brayshaw can't get a disposal. Edmonds just bangs it forward. Almost a massive
that could have been
collision with
nasty.
Edwards and Johnson. Johnson's gone to ground with a lower leg, maybe a little ankle roll. Hunter goes inboard. Here's a chance for the Demons. Regan Clark, can he keep his feet this time? Beautiful delivery to Byrne. Has someone over the top. It's McPartland. The crowd want him. In fact, he's got a couple of options because Brady Gray obliges about 30 metres out, slight angle.
Well, they deserve to be in front. They've absolutely dominated this second term, Perth. West Coast haven't been as clean as they'd like. But Brady Gray has a chance to post the goal. That was good footy. Broke the game open. Nicholas coming off holding his finger.
He's almost been best on this quarter as far as the Demons are concerned.
Yes,
Beautiful
helpful.
rebound in the back half. Now the former Docker and Eagle comes in, and that's the second poster of the quarter.
Yeah, it's the same post in the same spot, Steve.
We'll go and get some tape on it at half time. If it's still hanging on.
Tell you what, they're big posts too, aren't they? They're tall posts, I've noticed.
Yeah, well, he couldn't kick over it on that occasion, and with it with the kick-out duties for West Coast. Going to send it
1
long.
point the margin.
Jamison. Hill with the double fister. Davis just pumps it back in. A hot footy. Oh dear, straight through the hands there of Alex Witherden. Should have gobbled it up, and
Hold the ball.
McPartland's going to be happy to have a throw up.
All right, let's take a look at some of the leading stat getters for the telecast providers.
We'll get back to
Foley,
you in a
16.
second. We'll get back to you in a second, Goss, because Vardy's going to go at it. Couple of taps from Nathan Vardy, and he clears.
It's going to come back.
It's all Cornelio. Drops what he absolutely should have taken. He's got Edmonds in support. Just bangs a high one. Good luck to you. Good leap from Vardy to bring it to ground.
Oh,
Marlon can't handle it cleanly. In fact, he took McPartland off the ball illegally, and I think everyone in the whole Laflane community saw that one.
16 to Foley, 14 to Ainsworth, 13 to True, 12 to Brayshaw, O'Neill, 11 to Witherden, 10 to Luke Edwards. For Demons, it's 14 to Marston, 13 to Davis, 11 to Langmans, and 11 to Smith.
I feel we'll have a far shorter quarter here than the first, Goss.
I'm not surprised. 12 goal first term. 37 minutes worth. We've had 1 goal so far in 24.
So take a tremendous effort from the angle and distance McPartland's on. Never had the line out on the drunk.
Yeah, they've had their chances, but they've been certainly very good, the Demons, in this second quarter. West Coast have really struggled to hit the scoreboard at all. 13 scoring shots to 9 overall. And the Demons should be in front.
Witherden, a long ball.
They can't get out.
Camped out the back is Cornelio. Rebillard sees it over. The sun just slightly disappearing, but it's still sensational conditions here at Minres Park for what is an awesome contest.
Johnson back on the bike down on the boundary line for the Eagles with that left knee. Looks like it's been re-strapped.
Brayshaw taken well from Jones. Just gets the handball out. Bit fumbly McGee. True at the bottom of the pack. Mines it out. O'Neill does well. Foley puts one about 50 metres in the air and travels 4 metres and going to be out on the full. Marston delivers into the pocket. Hunter on the lead. Can't take it. Burn there in dangerous areas. Oh, geez, the handball from Harry Edwards just sets up Marshall for a simple goal. And Marshall Jones kicks his second of the quarter and the Demons have hit the lead.
No real surprise that they've hit the front. They certainly have been the better team in this second quarter. Harry Edwards, he was under siege. Demons had really circled him here. Have a look out there. Demons had 3 or 4 players just outside. I mean, it wasn't the best of handballs.
Well, there wasn't a West Coast player remotely near it, sadly.
They're all behind him. So under pressure, turnover, costly. 14 scoring shots to 9. But they've been good, Perth. And to be honest, to be brutally honest, they should have been 2 or 3 goals further in front. Thanks to Hungry Jacks. The Burgers are better at Hungry Jacks, and the Demons have been better in the second quarter.
Now, we haven't seen Fraser McInnes enter the ground since he left with his finger injury, have we?
Well, finger or shoulder. He certainly looked like he was a lot more serious than just a finger injury. I stand corrected.
Have we seen Fitzgerald for the West Coast Eagles enter the park?
No,
either?
we have
so
not.
A couple of casualties from each side.
100%. And Johnson's running the boundary line.
I reckon that was an ankle from Johnson a little earlier.
Yep.
Ball back in the middle. Nathan Vardy wins it easily, but geez, it's Sharkwell from Brady Gray. He's an absolute clearance master, this man. Drives it forward. Back with the flight. There's Fitzgerald back on the park. Great to see. Rogers has the ball dislodged. McGee spins in the tackle, but didn't dispose of it correctly, and it's going to be holding the pill.
Just a reminder, later in the game, later in the day, of course, our senior team is playing.
Rogers, long kick to full forward. Big contest here. Back with the flight. Edwards, what a tremendous spoil to get that over the line.
It's a clean goal margin now, 7-8 to 7-2. 15 scoring shots to 9. It's a good spoil.
Brayshaw wants to move it quickly. Flint, if it gets over Edmonds. Great work there from Brent Edmonds to create a contest and put that over the line. Dying stages of this second term. Perth have fought back well to take the lead in this contest.
Brennan Archie ruled out with a hamstring injury. Replaced in that tonight's fixture, Jared Brander has come into the lineup.
Very shallow throw in. Jai Clark can't get a kick away. Baldwin Wright's been pretty good in this term. Langlands with the kick forward. It's all Eagles if they can work it out.
Good mark. Fitzgerald.
In the end, just the sticky hands of Fitzgerald took it away from Foley. Look at the quads on Rogers. My goodness.
Yeah.
I could fit in one of them. Fitzgerald goes long.
You could be 2 of you in one.
Vardy goes up. Brady Gray, brilliant work. Handball misses College. A chance for West Coast. True just bangs it forward. It'll be 2-on-1 if Taylor turns around. Luke Edwards got his work cut out for him.
Oh, well done.
Hug provides support. Hanging on, though. It's going to go the way of the Demons.
Yeah, it's against Edwards. It just left the area and he was just hanging on in desperation. Little to know that Hug was almost going to get that footy.
They've got numbers on the far side, Perth, if they can work this out.
Still no Fraser McInnes.
Jai Clark, long ball. Regan Clark. Bit of the Clark brothers combining. They're not brothers, but names, of course.
Spelt differently.
He's been held up, so has to go in board. Gee, College really had to hold on to that one. West Coast was circling at the turnover. Brant College, brilliantly weighted ball. And Demons are going to have another shot on goal. They've been peppering as of late. This is Hunter. You could see West Coast were just caught out of position on that occasion from that slingshot ball.
37 inside 50s to 18 in Perth's favour. And the siren sounds, and that quarter went almost 9 minutes less than the first quarter.
Hunter with a chance to give the Demons a couple of goal lead heading into the main break.
It's a goal.
Has a massive launch, and Cheesy loves it. The crowd are right behind it. The Demons with all the momentum heading into the half-time break.
Yep, that's right on the siren. Reward for effort for the Demons, and they certainly look the better team as it stands right now. So at half-time at Mineral Resources Park, it is the Demons 8-8-56 over the West Coast Eagles 7-2-44. In that quarter, 3 goals, 6 to just 2 points. Let's take a look at the goal kickers. Jones 2, McInnes 2, Burns has kicked 1, so too Langlands, McPartland, Baldwin Wright, and the last goal kicker as well. And for the West Coast Eagles, 2 to Nathan Vardy, and singles to Hansen, Hug, Nitschke, Waterman and Winder as well. Thanks to Hungry Jacks, that is half-time here at Mineral Resources Park. It is the Perth Demons 8-8-56 against the West Coast Eagles WAFL 7-2-44.
All right, single Aussie, your double whopper cheese.
And my triple whiskey river.
Whopper your way. Choose single, double or triple and try the new Whiskey River Whopper with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions. Whopper your way, your taste, your size. The burgers are better at Hungry Jacks.
Guys, this weekend we're serving Carlton Dry at all the WAFL clubs, and what a great opportunity for you all to go to the bar, grab a pint of Carlton Dry, and that money will then be used to fund the Lord Mayor's relief appeal for those who are badly impacted by the bushfires. I know footy in general got impacted last year, as did businesses and sport in general by COVID. So we think we're struggling a bit, no more so than the bushfire people, those affected by that. So local pub, local WAFL club, first round of WAFL footy, get down to the bar, Carlton Dry, pint of, enjoy it, but also know that enjoying that pint, the money you've tipped over the bar is going to a very worthy cause. I think West Australians, as we all know, are so renowned for their ability to raise money through whether it's telethon and those numerous number of fundraising calls we get. It could be bi-monthly, there's something. But I think we are most generous when it becomes someone who might be in your family, friends, mum and dad, your mate who's had some damage caused by the bushfires, work within the fire brigade, those that are directly impacted by those bushfires. This little promotion by CUB, Carlton Dry, $10 out of your pocket, money so well spent.
Family time's more fun when you keep it simple. Take a break with Hungry Jack's new feast bundle. Get 2 tender crisp chicken burgers, 2 Whoppers, 2 cheeseburgers, 18 nuggets, 4 small chips and 4 drinks for $34.95. Only at Hungry Jack's.
Single Aussie, your double whopper cheese.
And my triple whiskey river.
Whopper your way. Choose single, double or triple and try the new Whiskey River Whopper with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions. Whopper your way, your taste, your size. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
I think moving from rugby to football it's been challenging, but I don't consider myself as a rugby player anymore. I consider myself as a footy player. I've invested so much of my life to football and I've sacrificed a lot. Growing up in New Zealand was amazing. I come from a very, very big family. There's actually 9 of us all together. I spent a lot of time playing sport growing up. I had brothers that played rugby, so I guess I watched them and I was inspired by them. I had a bit of interest from the Australian coaches in my first year, and at the time I wasn't eligible to play for Australia, so you had to live in Australia for 3 consecutive years before you could actually represent Australia.
She has caught them napping. Brilliant individual try by Mika Carter, and she has got a double.
Representing the country that you live in, there's nothing like it. It wasn't just the achievement, it was more or less like the hardship that I'd been through to get there. I got a contract in Japan. It was an amazing opportunity that I really wanted to push for, but I ended up turning that opportunity down for Wallaroos. But meanwhile, I actually had a video made for that club, had all my stats, and it had, I guess, my highlights of my rugby career, and they seen it and wanted to sign me straight away, which was great. That video that I had made for that club was discovered from Adam Selwood and Luke Dwyer. I remember him saying, "Meeks, you've got what it takes. Like, I've watched you play and you could do it." I just remember this so clearly. He sits me down with LD at this table. They sit me down for 2 hours. They interview me. My life was changed.
Well, Mika Carter, when she first came to the footy club, she's a cross-coder. She had to learn the game, learn how to kick the footy, and coming from a long way back. With her hard work and determination, she's going to be rewarded with her debut for the Eagles.
She's been on a journey of maybe a bit of self-doubt, maybe some external noise, but she's continued to step forward. When we look at football and life, it's about opportunities, it's about resilience, it's about putting your best foot forward all the time. And I'm so proud now to be able to stand here and say, Mika, you're playing.
When they called up my name, it was just a very, very, very amazing experience getting that jersey for the first time. It was like a sign of relief knowing that making the transition was worth it. The camaraderie in the club and I guess the relationships that I've built with the girls has been like phenomenal for me. Being in multiple sports, being in different environments at an elite level, I've never experienced a group of girls that I get to pretty much live half my life with. We're all stained, I guess, by the culture. So outside of footy, this is like my life. Obviously, I'm a hairdresser. I've been hairdressing for 15 years. I started when I was 16 years old. This is my life. I'm here 24/7. I love my job. This is my second passion. The heartbeat of WAFL is to love and serve our clients. My husband being a part of the business is another incredible opportunity for him and for us to work together. It's been an emotional last week, realising that I've got a stress fracture in my foot, but I think this is going to fuel something in my footy career that's only going to propel me forward, and I'm looking forward to the development of my game that I can do while I'm in the place that I'm in at the moment. But I'll become a better footy player by just spending that little bit of time away from the group and recovering and working on myself, working on my strength, working on my kicking once I'm allowed to do that. But yeah, this is just a part of the journey.
This Whopper has no beef.
No beef!
Introducing the Rebel Whopper with a patty made from plants.
I've never had plant that tastes like meat before.
Tastes just like a Whopper.
It tastes exactly like a Whopper.
New Rebel Whopper. 100% Whopper, 0% beef. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Hey guys, Lendy's back with a Kick for Cash competition. But this time, it's different. We want to see you...
Beautiful. Just what we need. More Nick on TV.
Yeah, great. And out of all blokes, they've got him running a kicking comp.
Kicking, please.
Yeah, they must have lost the big fella's number.
Yours?
Yeah, obviously mine. I'm the big fella.
You think you're the best kick in the team?
Mate, 2018, Port Adelaide after the siren, clutch.
Jeremy McGavin has kicked the goal for the Eagles.
Flower bag?
Yeah, exactly, mate. Anyone kick a drop punt straight, try kicking a flower bag straight.
Try doing it in extra time, in a final, after the siren.
He's kicked the goal. The Eagles have won.
Not bad. Free kick was definitely there, though.
Irrelevant?
We won the game. I'll give it to you.
Oi! GWS, last 10 seconds. On the left, too easy.
And Louis, he gets the kick. Oh, yes! Oh, my goodness!
North Melbourne, after the siren.
And he's put it through. Eagles win.
Mate, that was 9 years ago. And are you shooting another commercial?
Yeah, I'm covering for you two. You both said you were busy today.
Yeah, we are, mate, yeah.
Flat out, Nick.
I've probably still got you on the kicking though, I reckon.
Righto, big fella. Let's go.
The 2021 Backyard Kick for Cash champion will take home a whopping $25,000 thanks to Lendy. Submit your trick shot video, and if you're the round winner, you'll take home $1,000, tickets to the game, and your video will be featured on the mega screens at Optus Stadium. It doesn't matter whether it's in your backyard, kitchen, or living room, or even at your local park. Get out there and start planning your Lendy Backyard Kick for Cash. Head to the West Coast Eagles app or westcoasteagles.com.au/backyard kick for cash and simply upload your video. T's and C's apply, and winners will be notified before each home game.
All right. Single Aussie, your double whopper cheese.
And my triple whiskey river.
Whopper your way. Choose single, double or triple and try the new Whiskey River Whopper with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions. Whopper your way, your taste, your size. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Yeah, so we've got the reigning champ Blue with us today, and new to the stable Ziggy, so it's her first run today. So we've got two entrants, which will be exciting. I think Blue, he's another good shot.
I've got Bobby. He's no chance. He's got a bit of put on him at the moment. He likes chasing the ball, so I'll throw a ball and see what happens. He's looking a bit like Gov at the moment, so I think he's no chance.
I've got Barney here. He's a German Shepherd. He's 4. He didn't go too well last year, but he's been doing a bit of training, so he should be right.
Dolce, I think. Dom's dog, yeah. Little French Bulldog might struggle, so yeah, I think she's got her work cut out for her, I think.
Probably Camo, Joe Cameron. His dog's probably going to get bogged in the sand. It ain't too pretty.
I think Simo does.
Simo.
But I think he's bringing a pretty little average-looking dog, so I don't think he's going to win it. Yeah.
How are you feeling? How's the emotion?
Oh, mate, running high. I'm surprised. Running high for a dog win. I was trying to play it low key. So when he come through, I thought, man, it's a fairy story with Simo giving the dog away. You do a good deed, it comes back to you, mate.
Well, I might cross into breeding dogs now for this race. You know, being part of the winning team still pretty special. You know, we've really missed interaction with each other on a social level. It's been a really difficult 12 months for everyone, as we all know. So keeping these things going is really important, you know, just to have a bit of break in routine, and we all love our dogs.
Welcome back to Mineral Resources Park, and it is the Perth Demons 88-56 of the West Coast Eagles 72-44. Our game day monitor has decided to pack it in at half time, and I think it might have gone down to get some Hungry Jacks. So we don't have a look at those highlights, but we can tell you that at the first quarter change, the Eagles were 7 goals. They kicked just 2 points in that second quarter. In that second term for the Demons, 3 goals, 6. The big change is where is Fraser McInnes? He left the ground, of course, with what appeared to be a right arm injury of some description. Let's take a look at some of the overall stat getters for both these teams, in particular our West Coast Eagles.
Starting with the West Coast Eagles' point of view, leading disposal getter on the ground is Luke Foley with 17. Then we've got Zane True with 15 disposals. Hamish Brayshaw, a couple of midfielders there, racking up a ton of footy with 15. Alex Witherden, 14, but he is kicking out from fullback also. Luke Edwards, 10 disposals. Braden Ainsworth with the 14 was very prolific in that opening term. And as far as the Perth Demons are concerned, We've got Chris Marston racking up a ton of footy, 15 disposals. Austin Davis with 14. And then Brady Gray, Regan Clark, 11. Josh Smith with 12. Corey Byrne, 10. And Matthew Taylor with 10 disposals.
It was a good game of footy, and still is a good game of footy, albeit Perth probably dominated that second quarter, and their 2-goal break at the long break probably is well deserved. The Eagles looked like they were on the back burner in halfway through that second quarter, halfway through that second term. Who's been playing well for West Coast? I mean, I think Vardy's certainly put his body on the line at both ends in the goal square and also in the middle of the ground, but they've had some good ball use too through the midfield.
He's been a difference maker, and despite Harry Edwards giving up that late goal, I think he's been very important to West Coast back half structure. I've really liked the look of Luke Foley and his contested work back there, his defensive work, as well as his attack off of half back. I don't get a chance to see him play very often. I've been very impressed today with his efforts. You know, everyone's standing up at this point in time for West Coast. They just really need to rally in this second half and keep some scoreboard pressure on for the Demons.
And still no Fraser McInnes as they've come out on the ground, and I can't see the big fella anywhere. So it's a significant injury for him. Shoulder or hand, unsure. We'll try and find out. But for the West Coast Eagles, they've also had some problems with injury as well. A couple of heavy knocks, and of course, you think Johnson was an ankle, yeah?
I'm gonna put my money toward the ankle point of view. He hit a contest, hit the ground, went rolling, went clutching for something low down on the leg.
Yep.
Of course, for those that don't know the news, Brendan Archie suffering a hamstring injury at some point in the last couple of days, very late in the piece. So a captain's run or one of his final sessions, an absolute shame for Brendan. So that's why you haven't seen Jared Brander out here today. He's been pulled out, and he will take Archie's place in the 23 as far as West Coast is concerned. So you're of course unsure of who's going to get that medical sub vest, but I've loved the look of Brander in the pre-season. He's been playing a lot of inside in these stoppages and looked really strong with that body. They've always been a little bit unsure of where his best position is, whether it's wing, whether it's a key position forward, and I guess eventually they said, well, let's put him on ball and see how he looks, and from my point of view, he looks bloody good.
Yeah, well, looking forward to seeing if he does get some field time tonight against the very, very talented Port Adelaide.
But great work from the medical team this week, obviously getting Luke Shuey and Jake Waterman out of that group. The captain for the West Coast Eagles, of course, taking his place against the Power this evening, and Jake Waterman on restricted minutes in this contest at Mineral Resources Park, and he's done what he can from the delivery thus far, Jake. Just good leadership in the front half as well to help set up, because a lot of Perth's forward 50 attacks in that quarter were from the defensive half, and the inability to set up and begin that zone defence. It all starts with your leaders on ground to be most vocal and getting yourselves in best position.
West Coast Eagles are out on the ground after the half-time break. They'll be late in their warm-up. Perth have been out there for some time. And if you've got any comments, and we've enjoyed your comments on our socials in regards to our coverage, please don't hesitate. Try and keep it all above board. We appreciate that very much. We've had a little bit of a stoush with this fella down there, but that's okay. We can deal with that.
I think we'll go and share a burger thanks to Hungry Jack's post-game. Tim, that'd be nice. Break some bread.
Yes.
All will be forgiven if the Demons get up for as far as he's concerned.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, if it is close and West Coast get the job done.
And we see Fitzgerald warming up as well, and actually doing arm swings with Luke Foley. So no bad blood between them.
No.
We believe that Luke Foley probably the one that knocked him in the head with his errant fist. So
yeah, 100%.
Good to see that patch things up.
Right in front of us. So this is all to do for the Eagles, because the momentum certainly was in favour of the Perth Football Club. If you just tuned in too and don't really care for the AFL results, you'll know that the Sydney Swans dismantled Richmond today. And at the moment, it is St Kilda over Essendon. And in the WAFL yesterday, East Fremantle defeated Peel Thunder, and Subiaco were too good for East Perth. But our contest is right here. Having a look at close look at the West Coast Eagles as they do their prep for the second half. Doesn't look like there's any major extractions out of this team.
Look, they've gone winless in their 3 pre-season games, the West Coast Eagles, and the performance they've put forward today, providing they don't fall off the face of the cliff like the Kangaroos yesterday for what was one of the worst Easter Friday games you'll see, I think they'll just be super pleased at a bit of cohesion, a bit of fight, aggression toward the contest, and composure after that first 5-10 minutes. It was some absolute marvellous signs early doors, and I think Perth are going to be right in the frame when the whips are cracking at the end of the year, Goss, to compete for this 2021 WAFL flag.
100% they will be, and they're just going to get better as the season goes on as well. They've still got a couple of players missing from their lineup. Corey Yeo, of course, is skipper for the last couple of years, but he's had some knee injury in the pre-season, so he'll be a welcome addition back into the lineup as well.
Andrew Fisher, of course, the ex-West Coast and Kingsley amateur footballer. He's not playing today. 28 WAFL games under his belt, and 10 for the Demons, including the final last year. So they can't wait to get him back.
Christian Ayres will be another one who will play.
He'll be a big in. I think he versus Vardy would have been a titanic matchup as far as the big ruckman are concerned.
Do you know they've got a Brodie Gray and a Brady Gray in the same team?
I know, and I'm that thankful that Brodie Gray isn't playing today.
Jack Richardson didn't get a game. Jack Richardson, the former Claremont boy, who played some good WAFL footy a couple of years ago and then went overseas and returned. But as we can see with the Demons, as they come to the bench, they are restricted with their numbers. They've only got the 3 on the bench as they come. So it clearly is over for Fraser McInnes. I'll try and get an update on exactly what that injury is and where is Big Fraser.
You got contacts down there in the medical room, haven't you?
Got a couple down here. I'll just have to find the right one, though.
A loose-lipped compadre.
No. Good fellow who just understands what it's to do to promote
I understand the
WAFL.
fans are banging down the door for the information.
Correct. Correct.
Hey, you're on the money. As the slight hush goes over the crowd in much anticipation for what will hopefully be a banging second half of footy here at Mineral Resources Park. Almost a local derby as far as the ground is concerned. Obviously Perth and West Coast sharing these ovals.
Alrighty, we're about to get underway. Thanks to Hungry Jacks, 8856 to 7244.
And we're back in the middle. Nathan Vardy, Baldwin Reich do battle. O'Neill gets a good run of it. Wheels around, just gets the kick away. Cornelio steaming out of half-back. Attacks the contest well. Byrne spent it before he earned it. Marston, just a quick snap round the body. Harry Edwards should absolutely eat that up. Baldwin, McPartland getting in the way of a possible kick. Had to go the handball. Ainsworth. Hanson back to Ainsworth, and Luke Edwards takes a grab on the broadcast side. Luke Edwards coming up for his 11th disposal of the game. Sends it long. Jamison the target. Oh, but Vardy.
Yeah, nice.
Strong hands. Baldwin right. Not much he could do on that occasion.
He's threatened to do that a few times today. That's a good give-off. Here's Edwards.
Luke Edwards has to go the pocket for this pass. Brayshaw. The kick didn't favour him, and Cornelio slides in for an easy grab. Tries to move past the captain. Kicks to 2 Eagles and tall timber all round there. Well worked out from the Demons. McPartland along the deck. College expected contact and got it from Edwards. Johnson keeps it in. Walks the tightrope.
Clever.
Long kick. It's all Cornelio. Brayshaw attempts the contest, but good strong hands there. And the Demons through Smith. Brady Gray. Got a loose man out on the wing. Regan Clark. Not much ahead of him. Taylor offers. He obliges. Jake Waterman's spent a fair bit of tickets getting out to cover that one. Brady Gray again on the inside. Hug. Attempts the smother. Long ball. Dangerous areas. Fitzgerald pushed out. Johnson wasn't quite sure which way to go, and McPartland dealt with him. So Johnson gathered it, was just a little unsure of where his options were, and that split second deer in the headlights.
Let's take a look at that replay of the tackle that's coming up.
We almost ran into Edwards, I guess.
Yeah,
It just kind of rattled him a little bit.
Yep. Jamison on the far side of the ground. Looks like he's cramping up a little bit as well. Yeah, he ran straight into Harry Edwards. He'll need every bit of this kick.
Lining up for his second goal. Formerly under the East Fremantle Colts program, under the guidance of Jacob Brennan. He wanted me to throw that in there, and I'm sure he taught him everything he knows in front of the goals too. That's his second.
Yeah, it's all one-way traffic at the moment, and West Coast Eagles going to be very careful because this has got blowout written all over it. 9-8 to 7-2, 18 points, and that's a lovely goal. And it was never going to miss. He made no problems with the distance in the end. Jamison now coming off the ground. That's a bit of a concern. Busher coming on. So So thanks to Hungry Jacks. It is certainly, haven't kicked a goal, didn't kick a goal in the second quarter, did West Coast after kicking 7 straight. And the Demons, they're certainly doing everything they can to really put a margin in this game. So they're going to need everything they need to stand up here, West Coast, especially in the middle of the ground. And this is where Nathan Vardy holds the key to the game.
You're on the money, Goss. I dare say the Eagles have been on top at centre clearances so far of the afternoon.
Nice.
And that's well read again there from Zane True. Waterman playing up on a wing, getting involved in the play. He'd love to be on the end of the ball, though. Luke Edwards, well tackled there from Sinclair, and he's over and out. Obviously, Jake Waterman on reduced minutes for this afternoon's game. Just wanting to get some run under his legs. No pre-season games. This is the first hit out for number 2. Throw in, Vardy. Palms it forward. Smith reads it best.
High, free kick Perth.
That's going against Winder. A little bit careless with the tackle on that occasion. So Smith, a long kick. On this occasion, he's going to go across play. Bit of a groan from some crowd members, but switch on. This is footy in the modern era. Sinclair has Edmonds. Kicked 4 goals in the inaugural West Coast Eagles WAFL game to sink West Coast. A memorable day for himself. On this occasion, Edwards, spoil over College, takes it out of bounds.
Pretty pedestrian stuff by Perth. It was covered off nicely by the West Coast Eagles. Throw in on the boundary line.
Umpire tosses it in. Baldwin, Wright and Vardy do battle once more. Great clearance work there from the Demons. Jai Clark bangs it forward. He was dealt with by Witherden. Is it going to be downfield? It doesn't matter because Rogers has taken the mark inside 50. So downfielder advantage, you take your pick.
It's not much of Jai Clark, but he doesn't take a backward step. He likes to mix it up with him. Making his debut today.
His 13th season in the WAFL, Matt Rogers.
And he's come and gone.
From the Demons to the Swans and now back to Perth. He's going to line up from about 40 metres out on that booming left foot kick. He's just hooked it a touch. Minor score. 1 goal, 1 on the quarter to Perth. West Coast just the 2 behind since quarter time. Can't leave their run too late.
No, they're hanging on. They're absolutely hanging on at the moment.
Johnson, low ball, looking for Fitzgerald. Just gets a hand on it. Cornelio mops up. Rogers going to go back on the right foot. Kick in board. Good contest, both players. Byrne involved for the Demons. Cornelio back at it again. Both players put the head over the ball. Well done from Zane True. Little tap out was handy. Winder taken high by Jones. We'll get the free kick on at left half back.
It was a super aggressive tackle, no doubt about that, for the high tackle. Didn't look good. Winder looked a little bit out of it. He's not happy with the treatment behind play.
Witherden yet to make his Eagles debut. That kick's a little untidy. Cornelio drifts back for the easy intercept in the end.
That was a slap kick. Didn't even strike it at all well. He's a much better kick than that.
Plenty of numbers inside this forward 50. Witherden a chance for a reprieve. Goes through his hands. Hunter, well tackled from Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
And it's going to be holding the ball as far as D. Margetts is concerned.
Yeah, he was ambling then. I didn't realise Fitzgerald was hot on his hammer.
Good to see him return from an earlier friendly fire head knock.
Don't know where West Coast are going to get their spark from, because at the moment they are really just grimly hanging on.
Long ball, Vardy the target, coming across Sinclair, made a good contest. Flint, Nicholas sees him out.
And working on Jamison on the boundary line. He's trying to check back in. Jake Waterman also has had the calves rubbed. He's also trying to get back in. Another shallow throw in.
Brayshaw loose at the stoppage, but Jai Clark took care of him. It's going to be without a clean disposal and holding the ball. That was an interesting one. So they left Hamish Brayshaw unchecked, and Langlands was quick to put some pressure on, and so too was Jai Clark. So interesting tactics there with Vardy dominating the air at these throw-ins.
There's the replay. It was called by the non-controlling umpire, Margetts, very experienced umpire, coming back from a lower leg injury. Qatar is umpiring from last year. This is his first WAFL game for many a long year. Many a long year. He's done a good job today. The other umpires have been okay, but I think Dean certainly held sway with a couple of overrides.
The Eagles just need to hang on here. Dangerous areas. Ainsworth,
Ouch.
that kick. It's going to do well to stay in play.
Ooh,
Hasn't hit the turf.
Yep.
Some chalk in the face of the boundary umpire.
Yep. Correct decision. Landed smack on the line. Just on the line, the replay shows us. Yep, good call by the boundary umpire. Hats off to him. Well done. Even though the locals are not too happy.
Play certainly stagnated in the last few
Hasn't
minutes.
ever.
Plenty of numbers around the footy.
We were spoilt for choice in the first quarter. 37 minutes and 12 goals.
West Coast desperately hanging on. Byrne taken in the tackle. Low holding the ball. I thought perhaps the tackle lingered for a little longer, but good work there from Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson just told chill, take a chill pill. He pushed down Burns' head in the ground after he got the free
Take a chill
kick.
pill. Is this terminology your daughters are giving you?
Yeah,
Is it,
yeah,
Tim?
absolutely. It's lit.
Goodness me.
Well, they all
Good
got-
kick through the hands of Edwards, though, on that occasion. Throws his head in the sky.
What did you want me to say?
Yeah, I'm old.
No, what did you want me to say about the kid, Johnson?
What do you mean?
Well, he pushed the bloke's head down in the ground, and the umpire was just saying, mate, no need.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
You would rather no need than chill pill.
No, I just the term chill pill. I just, you're just throwing me back to you. You're trying to fit in with the crowd, Tim.
Oh, mate, have you seen the crowd?
It's going to be a free kick. I figured you brought the bloke in front of us. Johnson's kick in board.
I think I might be walking home if that's the case.
Finds Marlin. Little give back to Johnson. They're a little bit unsure about which avenue to take here, this West Coast
defence.
defence.
They can't get out, mate. Full stop.
They can't. The Demons are structured up very nicely. He's just going to have to go long down the line. Ainsworth's got some space. He's going to have to fly. He does. Good grab. Waterman's alone. It's even numbers if he goes quick. Oh, that kick's got to have enough on it. It didn't. Well read from Langlands. He's got one option inside forward 50. It's Rogers. Edwards. Good contest from both boys. Fitzgerald just left it behind.
Edwards is injured.
Fortuitous bounce.
Edwards is injured. Ankle.
Marlin going to bring it out. We'll keep our eye on that, Goss. Ainsworth to O'Neill. Trouble for West Coast. They just need to work it out. They do in the end.
Switch.
O'Neill. Small kick. He's missed his target by a good 10 metres.
Took a divot.
Another chance for the Demons.
Edwards is up, moving a little better.
Jones sets a task of Smith. Flint with him. Fitzgerald's applied some brilliant tackles so far in this quarter. As the umpire said, hanging on. Very unnecessary there.
Not convinced. Could have almost been holding the ball against Smith.
Fitzgerald did well to quell Smith's momentum, but the umpire reckoned he lingered a little bit, and Flint's done well to get a fist on that ball just to take it out of play.
Blue, green, but it's okay.
So not a lot of scoring thus far. in the
No,
term.
it hasn't been like the first quarter, Steve.
How many goals in that first
There
quarter?
was 12, Steve.
That was plenty.
It was 37
And how many in
minutes.
this quarter?
Not many,
Uno.
Steve.
Uno is the question. Just the solitary one. Throw in. Just outside forward 50 for the Demons. Smith sharks it well.
He's getting busy.
A high ball into the pocket. Edwards sets himself, as too does Hunter. McPartland at ground level jumps on it. Could that be holding the ball? Margetts circling,
Yes.
and he saw it.
So the game has certainly become a bit more of an arm wrestle. Good.
Foley goes down the wing. Both players looking to spoil the ball. Interesting result. Waterman and Nicholas out of play.
Waterman, yeah, he might have done a knuckle or a finger here.
Or is it management? It's time to get off.
He's holding it left hand. No, he needs to get off. This was not minutes.
Deary me. I think he's just been waved back on.
Yeah, he's
brilliant.
He's telling them, I'm actually injured.
Yeah,
it's not about
I
the minutes.
can't catch the ball.
Yep, I need to get off. I'll keep an eye on that for you.
Throw in. Busher. Baldwin right. West Coast emerged through Brayshaw. On the far wing, a long ball. Sinclair in best position, but Rebelliard's going to make a fist of it. It's 3v1. Needs some support. Here they come. Hug. Needs to avoid a couple of tacklers. Jamison, that whole 201 centimetres on display at that point. Marston goes to ground. Umpire says it's all legal. In the end, a ball up inside forward 50 is going to be the result.
Yeah, Jake Waterman does not want to be around this footy by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm looking at it, and I don't think anyone's got out to him yet. He's still looking at that hand. He doesn't want to be involved in the play, and the trainer has yet to get to him.
Nicholas, well tackled there from Hug. Umpire's going to pay... Is it holding the ball?
Dean Margetts has made that call.
Where is he?
Dean Margetts is 70 metres down the ground.
He's at the Hungry Jack stand.
He had a good view of it, and I don't think Gary Moss is all that happy. Here's the replay of it. Oh, he hand-passed that, I think.
It's just a matter of whether he had time or not, as far as I'm concerned. Jake Waterman, geez, he reckons his finger's all right now.
No,
you just missed it on the telecast. He's screaming past, because I don't know if Kieran Hugg's got the journey. But all of a sudden, now he's coming off. So all of a sudden, his finger's back, but now it's hurt again. Hug, from just outside 50. Gives it a good crack, but never on line. West Coast first score of the quarter. The Bronx cheer from the crowd.
I think it's little finger on the left hand.
College moves it quickly. Byrne pulls the kick. Smith. Look at the runners fly. They want to get it going. Marston looks up to Regan Clark. Even numbers inside 50 if he goes. And that's going to be 50 metres. So that's going against the man on the mark in Fitzgerald. So Ben Fitzgerald, I'd love to see the replay. I think it's the stand rule that he's probably been pinged on. I can't see what else it would be.
Stand rule's not in the WAFL, is it?
Are you sure? I think it is. Good to see we've done our research up here, guys. Yeah. I have no idea what on earth that free kick could have been for otherwise.
Can I just say that they've just put the finger back in for Jake Waterman? The glasses on
I'm
that.
glad we don't have vision of that.
Yeah, so the little dislocation. But gee, played for about 5 minutes with it.
So here we go. Regan Clark from about 25 metres out. Puts through another for the Demons, and they're skipping away.
Okay, the news for Fraser McInnes is torn pec muscle.
Oh, well picked by you. Yep. You knew it wasn't finger. You said shoulder, and that's closer to the shoulder.
Yep, so that is not good news. So the early diagnosis is a possible tear of the pec muscle on the right side.
I mean, you never want to get injured, Goss, at all, but when you do an entire pre-season, and it's a lot of yards these boys have to cover to be match fit, and to go in the first half of the first game,
yep,
it's just gutting stuff.
And be a key player to their chances as well.
Co-captain, you know, his leadership's unparalleled as far as I'm concerned. And that's a big loss as far as Perth season is concerned. And they seem to have this contest under control. It's 24 points the margin. About halfway through the third term. Back in the middle. Vardy Hunter did well. Brady Gray with the clearance forward. Good work there from Marlin. Foley there in support. And the Eagles clear. But it's all Davis. And Perth just chopping off everything West Coast to bring out of their back half at the moment. Rogers asks something of his teammate. Well read there as far as West Coast is concerned by McGee. Chopped in front of the passing ball, but again, that delivery out just gave Hug no chance. Lucky to see a throw in. Just checking the comments out on Facebook, Tim.
Yeah, and some good ones too. And hello to Huckleberry Gary. You're a good fella. You're a good fella.
Throw in far side.
Just a reminder to those people that this is a West Coast Eagles.
Oh, we're going to complain about the bias.
Yeah.
Standard happens every year, Tim.
Yeah. We're paying for it. We're providing it, and we're doing it. So we are giving Perth their dues, but it is a West Coast Eagles coverage.
Edmonds.
Just so you know.
Kick to the broadcast side. Foley's done a power sprint effort to come over and impact that contest, making sure Davis had none of it.
And thanks to them. Hungry Jacks. Don't forget the burgers are better at Hungry Jacks.
I'm looking forward to a bit of contra post-match, hopefully, Tim.
Ever. Got to get to the big game first. Get through the drive-through.
West Coast desperate for a goal.
Gee,
and that throw-in is absolutely P4.
That is terrible.
Let's not rag on him, Tim. Maybe it might be his first game of the season, you know. He might have a torn pec, you never know. Let's go. Second crack at it.
He just didn't quite strike it.
Vardy against Hunter.
It's better.
Vardy.
He's dominated, hasn't he?
Very nicely to O'Neill. Ainsworth, another disposal. Jamison, here we go, hug. It sits for him. No one in the square. And a kick forward into the across the boundary line is a massive win. The crowd want deliberate, have a massive spell.
There's people asking us, how do you get rid of subtitles or the titles on Facebook?
Oh, gee, do you know the answer to that?
No answer. No. There'd be some. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's no. I can't help that one. Just calling the game of footy, we are.
And I'm being reliably informed that Jordan Bush is Hayden Bush's younger brother.
Ah, beautiful. That's why we go to the book. That's a high tackle, and this will be West Coast's best opportunity to goal so far this quarter, and it's 50 metres, so might have been dealt with after the play. Brady Gray, yeah, that push is soft.
Yes.
It's very soft, and I think Margate signalled that that is what the 50 was for.
Yep.
And West Coast need this like a cool drink in the desert.
Izzy Winder kicked 1 goal in the first quarter. He's now kicked 1 in the third. Hasn't had a great deal of the ball today, Izzy Winder, but that's the first goal for the Eagles since that first quarter blitz where they kicked 7 straight. 8-3-51. Back to an 18-point margin, 10-9-69. We've got 19 minutes. We take a look at the replay. So the high tackle was the initial one, the right over the...
There's nothing in that, Goss.
No, there's
nothing in that.
There's not.
You do that to your dog when he goes toilet inside?
No, it wouldn't be as aggressive as that.
Rub the nose in it?
No, not even that.
Well,
Mine sleep on the bed, mate. Both of them.
well, you don't want them going there, do you?
Well, they're trained. They know where to
I hope so,
go
Goss.
outside.
Under your tutelage, how could I doubt
Well,
it?
mate, we're fully floorboarded anyway. Eh?
That is...
At the estate.
Checkers v chess on that one, Goss. Too clever. Much needed goal for West Coast. 3 goals the margin now. Just need to chip away at this lead. Of course, Perth a rotation down, with Fraser McInnes going off with what we believe is a torn pec muscle. Gutting for the Demons, but opens the door for West Coast to run this game out a little bit more effectively. Back in the middle, Vardy looking for the back tap. O'Neill can't get a hold of this one. Marston circling. Vardy's clever little tap to Witherden, just pops it high in the air. Maybe only just the required. Great work there from Jones in the middle of the ground. Baldwin right, feeds Gray. Good pressure from the Eagles affecting that. Gee, how the slick handball's going. Jai Clark loads up from 50. Oh, it's only just offline. What a boot he's got.
Yeah, he has. For a little fella, he packs a mean punch. Very physical. Of course, brother of Jordan. Couldn't quite get into that Claremont midfield last year. So his dad, Russell Clark, of course, is the CEO, or the general manager at Perth Football Club. So he followed his dad over. It's a good pickup.
Witherden thought about the Johnson give, obliges in the end. Oh, and that kick forward's going to go to anyone from Marlon. Jamison needed to get more of a touch on that. Marston clear on the wing.
There's a lot of walking going on at the West Coast in the middle of the ground at the minute.
Chris Marston didn't do his teammate any favours on that occasion. Ball out of play.
He's been good, Chris Marston.
He's had a fair bit of it. That was disposal number 19. Leading disposal winner on the day, Tim. Luke Foley at 22.
Yeah, he's been good. Very good.
Vardy front position.
Nice.
Beautifully sharp there from O'Neill at the back. Waterman's got front position, grabs it. No one inside forward 50 for West Coast. We've seen against the Swans at the SCG, he's got the journey on this one.
No, he just backed himself in.
I would love to see him have a ping at it. He's called play on. Does the team thing, spots Winder, who's probably going to kick it as far.
Yeah.
And over 50 out.
Yeah.
He wants to go on with it.
20-degree worse
winds
angle.
around. He's given it a fair dip. And that's his 3rd goal for the game.
Yeah, Izzy Winder, he knew what he was doing, Jake Waterman. Don't question the snake. He went for the short pass, probably made it no more than 15, maybe 12 metres. And he gave it to a bloke who clearly can kick the ball. So there's the play on here. Stepped around, made 2 or 3 metres, and that was enough to clear the line. It's still with Cal Jamison back in the goal square, still stretching the calves. This has been going on for the entire quarter since coming out at half-time. So 10-10 to 9-3. Good mini fight back here by the Eagles. They've got it back to 13 points. And hate to say it and harp on it once again, but it all starts in the middle of the ground and around the ground. And Nathan Vardy is absolutely dominating in the hit-outs.
We don't have a full-fledged stats team giving us numbers, but I'd love to see how many clearances Xavier O'Neill's had for the game. Prolific in the centre bounces.
Should I text someone? Just
someone in the Perth medical team can answer me that one.
Alrighty.
Mar gets to restart play back in the middle.
You can call him Dean anytime you like.
You'd think Red time, fast approaching.
24 hit-outs, Nathan Vardy.
Winder back in the guts now. And West Coast just slowly chipping away at this lead. A goal just before the break for the Demons will crush some spirits, though.
49 inside 50s Perth, 24 West Coast.
Well, they haven't bridged that gap in a hurry, have they?
No, they've certainly dominated. So if you really line that up, West Coast have done well to stay in the game.
Absolutely. Vardy, massive hit forward, just looking for distance. Soccer out. Ainsworth.
Oh, that's deliberate if it goes out.
Cornelio leads in the race. Nitschke, haven't called his name too often today.
He had one intention then, but it was clever. It was well disguised by Cornelio. He only had one intention, that was to get it to the boundary line and get a stoppage. Well done.
What's the jumper, Margaret?
There's our mate. He's back, old mate.
Throw in, Vardy, front position. Tap looking for Ainsworth. He's well tackled from Byrne. Umpire wants to give Holden the ball for that throw. Perth want this lateral option. Edmonds looking for the spread. Hill. Giblet coming on the ground, could get a touch. No, they want to go corridor. Nicholas is on, could go if he wants, and does. A long ball to full forward. Edwards lurking, not going to pay the mark. Big ball up for grabs. McPartland left it behind. Fitzgerald at ground level. Clever tack from Merlin. Ainsworth weaves through traffic. Edwards collects it from his shoelace. Geez, it was a gutsy call to try and take that tackle on. And Brady Gray makes him pay.
He looked up, I reckon. He had a very brief look. And he said, the only option I've got is Cooper Nitschke. It was a great tackle. Gray is a mean tackler at the best of times. Oh, he's gone back to Brady and stood over him.
Blood rule for the Demons.
Brady Gray's one of the nicest people you want to meet.
Oh,
when
he is.
When he gets on the footy field, he's an absolute beast.
Brant College has got a truckload of blood streaming off his face coming off the ground, so he'll have a spell. Brady Gray, a funny story, took out Liam Duggan.
I'll be the judge.
Took out Liam Duggan on this ground in one of the practice games of Eagles versus Dockers, so it's why it made it even more interesting for Brady Gray to come back, join the Eagles, and he was welcomed with open arms after 5 minutes of meeting him. That good a bloke.
Yeah, he's a good fella.
He's going to line up. 45 on a 45 angle.
He didn't learn that at West Coast.
Didn't make the most of it.
This is when you go past and just give him a chip, don't you?
That would have been an absolute dagger as far as the Eagles are concerned. They kicked the last 2 goals of this game. Didn't need one to stifle the momentum. Busher flies, can't bring it down to himself, and the ball is over and out.
Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Thanks to Hungry Jacks. Optus providing us with the pictures here. Good crowd in attendance. Perth aiming to go back-to-back in their finals campaigns, and yes, they are better at Hungry Jacks.
Baldwin Ryan, clever little toe poke. Marston, what can he make of it? He can jump over the line and score a try.
So Busher, Hug, Marlin and Hanson, all ex-Perth players, and doing their thing. I think Hug's injured, to be honest. I reckon he was over on the second oval doing some running at the start of this quarter, and he's come back on a couple of times.
Ainsworth, well tackled there from Rogers. That's a fair size mismatch if I've ever seen it.
Stay tackled there.
Winder and O'Neill do a little bit of waxing. Xavier goes down the line again. Waterman in best position over the back.
It's a better matchup, isn't it, with Nicholas?
He's got Vardy long if he wants him.
You just get the one-on-one.
Hanson coming across. Can Nathan Vardy get his hands out? Oh, great one-handed grab there from Nathan Vardy. And you can't fault the defence played by Giblet on that occasion. We're going to have a look at the replay here. Jake Waterman puts it to the advantage side of Vardy. Oh, that's unbelievable from Ivan Drago.
He's been very good. So he's come back in. No spot for him in tonight's fixture. And he's certainly done his chances no end of harm by being very committed to the cause today.
Lining up for his 3rd goal of the afternoon. Nathan Vardy never looked like missing. And the Eagles are coming.
Yeah, they are. That's the last 3 for West Coast. And that man right there and then is stamping his authority on this game. Dominant around the ruck. Target up forward. 3 goals. Take a bow, Nathan
Look at that
Vardy.
from Ivan Drago. Learned that in the Soviet Union, that technique, the old one-hander. And that wind is just slightly pushing right to left, and just a brilliant set shot. 3 goals from your return from the top level and dominating clearances. You can't ask for much more.
No, you can't. And even if he doesn't kick 3, and even if he doesn't take that mark, his effort around the ground has been absolutely top shelf, and that's what the Eagles will be wanting. Come back at this level, put your hand up again when required. He gets that spot back again and I think he's only lost his game, lost his team, a spot in the team.
Because of the matchup.
That complete matchup against a team like Port Adelaide.
It's interesting. They got 2 ruckmen, though, really, in Laddams and Lycett, so it'll be interesting to watch that play out and if the selectors are going to be happy with that decision going forward. We're back in the middle, and guess who? Xavier O'Neill. Another clearance for the Eagles.
Here he comes.
Sends it long. It's Waterman in front. Great spoil there from Nicholas. Good defensive work from the Demons. Langlands to Smith. Marston. Needs a bit of composure. Langlands picks it up and they'll get away with it. Hill. Oh, that floater is no good.
Oops.
Johnson obliges. That's almost a scoop throw, but they'll pay it. Kicking board's an absolute scrubber. Let's rewind this 2 minutes of play. From both sides, in fact. Witherden. The Eagles. Oh, Hansen needs to handle it. He does very well. Gives to the captain. Has Flynn on the outside. Ignores him. Lowers the eyes and misses Waterman by a fair distance.
Attention right. Execution not by the skipper.
Wouldn't mind that little give to Flint on the outside, I think.
Jake Waterman's fatiguing. He's
looks in trouble.
Doesn't look. What is that? What's he doing?
Just sucking in the deep ones, I reckon, Goss. He'll be back. Vardy and Baldwin Wright do battle inside the Eagles' forward 50.
Just when you don't need
Here we go. You'll find a moment here. Good tackle there from Waterman. Causes the turnover. Handball over the head of O'Neill. Got some time. Left foot snap. Ainsworth, but with the flight, Jai Clark. Umpire says legally.
Yeah, it's very good.
Burn has a run. Couple of options. Gray is one, but the handball's an absolute stinker. That is so fortunate as far as... Oh, here we go. Brady Gray wants to have a dip at Witherden here.
Yeah, I think he's on report, Witherden, and I'm not convinced Brady Gray or a couple of the others actually saw it. I think they looked back at the result.
Witherden puts his hand up. Yeah, I've mucked up here. I want to see a replay of that, Goss. Is it going to be...
He's been reported. That's one thing you can guarantee. He's been reported, and Burn has played down.
It was such an unnecessary action because the handball had missed its target as well, and West Coast were on for a counter, so that handball didn't get anywhere near it. He's hit him in the guts. Right, okay.
Yeah, it's winded him. So he's been reported for striking in the stomach.
There's not much you can really defend yourself with that, though, Tim. You reckon that? Tim Goss is shaking his head. Oh, if he has a cracked rib, I'll text you during the week. But he's looking a little worse for wear. So.
Got him in the solar plexus, mate. Got him in the guts.
The medical report could spell trouble for Witherden on that occasion, but it's neither for you or I to say.
Mate,
you can't be swinging arms. You can't be swinging arms.
Mate, it's $100 fine at best.
Let's hope so, because Alex Witherden, big loss for this West Coast Eagles team, top level.
Most of these people in front of us didn't see it, but they think they've got. But they're looking through red and black glasses, and that's okay.
Sinclair, little short pass.
There was no need for it. We'll admit to that, but it was not exactly a kid yet.
Smith, short to Edmonds. Has Taylor running over the top. Waterman must be out of tickets by now in his reduced minutes. He's giving a fair chase, though, the Snake. Taylor waits for Edmonds to come back past. Escapes the Robilliard tackle. Has Nicholas free on the inside. He lowers the eyes. Oh, what a tremendous pass. Take your pick. It was either Hunter or Jones. Umpire's called played on. Rogers, he's going to have a dip from 40. Big kick and a big goal for the Demons.
They've almost got themselves into a pickle then where he's called to play on. He had options inside the corridor. Umpire Marr gets called into play on. He's lucky he had Rogers there. That's a very good goal and a good response. 11-10, 76 to 10-3, 63, 13 points to margin. Here he goes. He's sitting there. He looked in board, then realised, oh, trouble here. He's lucky he had Rogers on standby.
Gutting goal for the West Coast Eagles' point of view. 32 minutes played in this term. You wouldn't think much time left remaining. And Perth, off the back of that free kick and some good possession footy on the outer side.
Okay, now I've been reliably informed that young Byrne, who missed last year with
the infection,
heart issue,
yep,
and being hit like that is of concern.
Yep, good call, Tim. Good call. That's great research. I wish you did it, but it was good from whoever's picked that up on the socials.
Yeah, we've got a person who's providing us with some information, which is great. So thank you very much to Anonymous.
The detriments of a one-sided Eagles call, I guess, Tim.
We're not to know everything, mate, but we now know, and I'm not sure a lot of people in this crowd would know the full extent of what injury he can suffer.
O'Neill taken high by Langlands, and West Coast, not much time remaining in this term. Perth numbers flooding back as they should.
So let's hope Corey Byrne is okay.
O'Neill to a 2-on-1. Vardy can't do much against that. Sinclair, easy grab.
And I don't think Alex Witherden would have known that when he threw out the arm either.
Jai Clark just waiting for it to bounce at his peril. Oh, it's not going to be a free kick against Jai Clark for booting the ball, you wouldn't have thought. No, Dean is saying, mate, just relax, mate. It wasn't the ball's fault. The ball.
He's a hot, got a little hot little temper, this little fella. He's good. You like him in your team. He's on debut and he's playing like he's played 100 games.
Well, he's sweeping at this point of this throw-in for the Demons. Hamish Brayshaw has Braden Ainsworth. And he's escorted over the line. 33 minutes played. How long's this quarter going for?
Yeah, I know. It's the odd quarters that are continuing to rack up the numbers.
A final chance, you would think, as far as West Coast are concerned. O'Neill, the seas parted for him, but couldn't pick it up. Gray with a tackle, make sure he's not going anywhere. Crowd want ball, nothing doing. 13-point margin. West Coast have done well to get it back to this, but
51 scoring inside 50s to 28, Perth.
Massive goal from Rogers just moments earlier. It's going to be a free kick as far as West Coast go. It's going the way of Busher.
Siren's not going to be too far away.
He'd have to kick this from at least 60 to travel the line, so...
He needs Witherden to run past him, doesn't he?
He does. He's thinking about it. Johnson goes one way. Oh, he's put him under some pressure. Gee, look at the speed from Johnson. He's going to set it up. Top of the goal square. Where are the Flyers? Free kick. Don't tell me.
Vardy.
Oh, what a gift for the West Coast Eagles.
Vardy.
It's going, of course, to Nathan Vardy. I'd love to have another look at it. How unnecessary for the Perth Demons. Who's grabbing? Is it a giblet?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. There's not a lot in it.
No, I don't think there was a lot in it either. But Nathan Vardy's lining up for his 4th goal.
Unbelievable scenes here on the stroke of three-quarter time. Nathan Vardy slots it, and the Eagles peg it back to 7 points. It's his 4th.
It's his 4th, and that's the 4th for the term for West Coast. And they stay in touch. 7 points the margin, approaching three-quarter time thanks to Hungry Jacks. Once again, the replay, just Vardy's holding his own.
There's not a lot in it, mate.
No, absolutely none at all. That's Giblet, very unlucky. Giblet, I think it is.
I've been saying Giblet. Can I keep going Giblet? Sounds better.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If the Giblet family or Giblet family are watching.
Oh, well, is this the fruit farmers out of Manjimup? Let's hope they've rallied in support and got some numbers on the stream, or here in the crowd giving us some. But that's a tough free kick. I mean,
that's a terrible free kick.
There's some big goals swaying this result either way at the moment. For West Coast, well, we thought they were dead and buried to a certain degree.
100% they were.
Not dead and buried, I'll refrain. We thought the momentum was heavily swinging in Perth's favour. They've chipped away at this result, and good on them for sticking fat. Ball back in the middle. Where is this siren to end the term? Not so far, says Xavier O'Neill. Another clearance. Nathan Vardy. Oh, it's gone out the back. And one of the easiest goals you'll see from Winder. That's his 4th.
It's his. Got another one, and the margin is a point. Can you believe it is back to a point? And this game, the ebbs and flows of this game, when you think Perth are just going to put the foot on the throat and break game open.
But the attention that Nathan Vardy's receiving, as he should in the air. See, Sinclair's gone for the contest, left his opponent. And that's just simple crumbing forward work.
Hey, you know when you're a little fella?
I know all about it.
That's exactly where you should be.
Our Perth fans is taking some time out, leaving the stands. I think he's either going down to address the players himself at three-quarter time for Perth, but he needs some time out because it's been scenes here.
He's got his sandals on. He's off. Yep, 4 goals to Vardy, 4 goals to Winder. And for the Perth Football Club, Fraser McInnes, whose day is done with we believe it's a pec injury. He kicked a couple early, and so too has Marshall Jones.
Ball back in the middle. Xavier O'Neill just has his own Sharon in the middle there. Costly fumble from True, and there's the siren to end an entertaining third term. 37 minutes it's gone.
2 37-minute quarters, and they've been both when the West Coast Eagles have been absolutely flying. We'll take a break. This is a good game of footy. We hope you're enjoying the action. It is the Perth Demons by a point, 11-10-76. The Eagles 12-3-75. Thanks to Hungry Jacks.
This Whopper has no beef.
No beef!
Introducing the Rebel Whopper with a patty made from plants.
I've never had plant that tastes like meat before.
Tastes just like a Whopper. It tastes exactly like a Whopper.
New Rebel Whopper, 100% Whopper, 0% beef. The burgers are better at Hungry Jacks.
Hey guys, Lendy's back with a Kick for Cash competition, but this time it's different. We want to see you.
Beautiful, just what we need. More Nick on TV.
Yeah, great. And out of all blokes, they've got him running a kicking comp.
Kicking, please.
Yeah, they must have lost the big fella's number.
Yours?
Yeah, obviously mine. I'm the big fella.
You think you're the best kick in the team?
Mate, 2018, Port Adelaide after the siren, clutch.
Jeremy McGavin has kicked the goal for the Eagles.
Flower bag.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Anyone kick a drop punt straight. Try kicking a flower bag straight.
Try doing it in extra time, in a final, after the siren.
He's kicked the goal. The Eagles have won.
Not bad. Free kick was definitely there, though.
Irrelevant.
We won the game. I'll give it to you.
Oi! GWS, last 10 seconds. On the left, too easy.
And Louis, he gets the kick. Oh, yes! Oh, my goodness!
North Melbourne, after the siren.
And he's put it through. Eagles win.
Mate, that was 9 years ago. And are you shooting another commercial?
Yeah, I'm covering for you two. You both said you were busy today.
Yeah, we are, mate, yeah.
Flat out, Nick.
I've probably still got you on the kicking, though, I reckon.
Righto, big fella. Let's go.
The 2021 Backyard Kick for Cash champion will take home a whopping $25,000 thanks to Lendy. Submit your trick shot video, and if you're the round winner, you'll take home $1,000, tickets to the game, and your video will be featured on the mega screens at Optus Stadium. It doesn't matter whether it's in your backyard, kitchen, or living room, or even at your local park. Get out there and start planning your Lendy Backyard Kick for Cash. Head to the West Coast Eagles app or westcoasteagles.com.au/backyard kick for cash and simply upload your video. T's and C's apply, and winners will be notified before each home game.
All right, single Aussie, your double whopper cheese.
And my triple whiskey river.
Whopper your way. Choose single, double or triple and try the new Whiskey River Whopper with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions. Whopper your way, your taste, your size. The burgers are better at Hungry Jacks.
Welcome back to Mineral Resources Park. This is the West Coast Eagles coverage live stream of the contest between the Eagles and the Perth Demons. 1 point separates them. It is the Demons up by a point, and there's the coach, Gary Moss, doing his thing with his Perth Demons, who go in without Fraser McInnes, who hasn't been cited since
there he is in the back there. You can see him listening to that huddle. He is still at the ground, however, and arm in a sling.
Absolutely. So we've been told, and there's the overall stats. Winder and Vardy with 4 apiece. Jones, McInnes, who's out of the game, and McPartland with 2 each. Marston leading the way, Josh Smith. So there's your AFL experience right there, and there's some clean ball from the Eagles.
Who would you be giving 3 votes to from West Coast out of Xavier O'Neill and Nathan Vardy at this point in time?
I think Vardy's had the best influence over the game. We take a look at some of the highlights. He's threatening. Oh, we have to have the token Perth goal. Right there.
I think that was that his first goal in WAFL footy? If it is, well, then we'll play it.
Yeah, it's off to him.
And Regan Clark making the most of his opportunity. But how many goals in red time there as far as both sides are concerned? When Rogers put Perth up by 2 goals, you thought that was probably one of the last scoring shots of the day. That's one of the softest 50-metre penalties I think's ever been witnessed at a football ground. And Winder says, cheers, I'll take my 3rd goal off you.
He's kicked 4 goals at that end of the ground, is he, Winder? So it's the...
Well, West Coast haven't kicked a goal at the other end of the ground.
No, very good point.
So a 5-goal-to-3 term there as far as the Eagles are concerned, and Waterman having this one-handed absolute blast from Nathan Vardy. And while he might be getting free kicks directly in front of goal, he's making the most of his opportunity at those 50-50 chances as well. And I've just loved the way he's approached this game. Been dropped after the 2 games to start the 2021 AFL season, and has certainly come back in the right frame of mind. That's Byrne, of course, leaving the field Getting smacked in the chest?
Yeah, and we're led to believe that he's back out there. He certainly walked out to the huddle at three-quarter time. He might not be restarting on the ground, but he certainly looks like he's A-OK.
Every right to be fuming as a Perth fan with that. I mean, the 50-metre penalty is already 10 metres out, but that free kick, that's debatable. And have a look at Xavier O'Neill just mining his own footy out of the guts. Puts it long, all the attention on Vardy. And Winder says, well, no dramas, I'll waltz in for an easy one.
Now, just as, again, the information from the Perth Demons coming along, and it is Giblet. Yeah, nice work.
I rarely get wins over you, Goss. I'll take it.
It's definitely Giblet, and they're from the famous Axman family down in the southwest. They are...
Management, yeah, I got that.
Yeah, but they're big in the lumber industry.
Oh, mate, he's a bricklayer, and he looks like he's been doing it since he came off the tee. He's a man mountain.
All righty. Thanks to Hungry Jacks. We're about to get underway as the field umpire does some ball spinning just to create some interest for himself. And this is where it all starts. So the non-scoring end for the West Coast Eagles, where they have virtually kicked 2 points out of their 12 goals 3. In fact, we know that's all they've kicked. We're about to get underway. Thanks to Hungry Jacks. Last quarter. Hope you're enjoying it. Keep the comments coming on social media. Keep them clean.
Underway for what will be an exhilarating final term.
Bad bounce.
Yeah, anti-climax on that one, unfortunately, but umpire will replay it. It's a little dark here at Midwest Park, but
how the lights
conditions are still good.
Lights are good, aren't they?
They are, but they haven't turned them on, so I don't think we'll see much of them. They could almost have them on, don't you reckon?
Yeah, well, it does cost money.
Vardy. Baldwin Wright does well on that occasion. True was being held on to. Umpire didn't see it. Gray dispossessed. Marston, beautiful little spin turn.
Clever.
Hurries it forward over Fitzgerald's head. College can't take it cleanly. A little bit of a collision back there. Johnson goes for a dash, unsure what to do, but handles it well. True. Lowers the ice brilliantly. Rebillard. Waterman's one out. Just needs to have a little dinky pass.
Good
great leading patterns there from Jake Waterman. Had Nicholas in the spin cycle at one point.
He certainly did, but gee, that was good work there by Rebillard. Very good work. You know, not a hugely experienced player at this level.
Yeah, just had Cornelio going the wrong way and really opened up that avenue perfectly.
A goal here, and they're in front. That is astonishing.
Showed tremendous grit this afternoon, the West Coast Eagles. Jake Waterman's done nothing wrong for his return to footy in 2021. Hopefully his finger's good to go and this ball drops quite true.
I think it's fine, mate.
Certainly got the leg. West Coast have not kicked a goal to the southern end for the afternoon. Can he break the duck? Bang! It's going to drift a little bit to the right. Oh, it's just snuck in though. Jakey Waterman. West Coast have the lead.
They do. Old mate's not come back up. Waterman's kicked the goal.
That's his second for the afternoon.
First goal at that end. First goal at that end, which is the club administration end or the southern end. So good fight back. And I tell you what, Perth have got to watch themselves here. They're still, clearly they're right in the game. They're only down by 5 points, but the momentum in that time on period and to now certainly shifted in favour of the West Coast Eagles.
Look, I think we all knew the moment that McInnes left the ground, it was going to play somewhat of an impact.
Yeah.
And has it ever. Rotation down since the second term. Key figure forward and in the ruck. Certainly a missed player as far as their team structure is concerned, but haven't West Coast just shown plenty to come back from 3 goals down. Now hitting the lead at the opening stages of this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's all about momentum. Can they continue it?
Ball back in the middle. Marston. You'd assume his class will prevail in this fourth quarter. Taylor, the seized part for him.
Nice.
Brilliant work. A long ball to full forward. 1v1 in front McGee. And they're going to pay the mark.
Should have almost got the free anyway.
No, that I think Margetts is going to say that's hit the deck and it shouldn't be a mark, so throw it up. And we just saw the replay there.
Yeah, I know. But
the correct decision, because Rogers knew all about it. He was ready to stacks on the mill. Anyway, forward stoppage in Perth 50. O'Neill goes to ground. No free kick there. Gray thrusts it forward. Edwards. Oh, Hunter. The use of the body was illegal, though, on that occasion. Good work there from Harry Edwards, floating across and providing support.
He got better, hadn't he? He was in a world of hurt early when McInnes was busy in that first quarter, but he's been a very steady influence.
I think he's been solid. Gave up the one direct goal in the second term, and probably his only blemish for the afternoon. College, a chance. Little feed. Smith. Oh, Jai Clark, that was a tough fumble.
Oh, tough.
Now he's got it back somehow on the left.
That's right.
A high ball. Demons have numbers underneath it. Oh, what a grab from McPartland. No, it's not. Who's that? Oh, it's Jones.
Yep.
Marshall Jones. What an absolute ripping mark. I reckon he was facing the other way when he's gone for it. And he's lining up for his third goal of the afternoon.
Put the Demons back in front. That was a very, very good mark. Did it travel the distance?
That's debatable.
It was a 50-metre kick, 25 up, 25 down.
Looking forward to watching a replay of that one and seeing how out of position he was to get hands on it.
Been good in the replay truck today, must admit.
For his third and for the Demons to snatch back the lead. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, we've got time for a replay now.
No. Oh, dear, undid. And I pumped up his set shot work pre-game.
You did.
My goodness, that's from 15 out.
Oh, it could be,
if that.
Yeah, that could be costly.
Whew. The Demons have got to shake that one off. McGee in the back pocket. Kicks for distance. Goes over both big fellas' head. O'Neill taken to ground. True is there. Little
nice.
tap out was clever. Brayshaw just gets it going forward. Waterman. They've got an open forward 50. It's going to be 2v1 if he can keep running on here. Rebillard looking for Winder. Precise kick, and what a grab. Plays on. Goal number 5. Thanks for coming.
Izzy Winder, who hasn't had a lot of the footy, but what he has done, he's hit the scoreboard, and that's all you can ask of a young man. Fantastic. Yeah, and you know what? You go back to the other end of the ground.
Goodness me, eh?
And you see Marshall Jones miss a set shot and the ball gets transferred down. That is an absolute body blow to the Demons.
Should have had the lead, Goss. Should have had the lead. And it deserved the goal. It was such an amazing mark. One of the marks of the day. But look how costly league footy is when you make those errors.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Let's take a look at Izzy Winder's work.
Oh, that pass from Rebillard was spot on too, by the way. Very polished.
Nice. Yeah, he's done a couple of good things in this quarter. Rebillard, a couple of lace outs. He got Waterman lace out, and he just got Izzy Winder as well. So Winder's day with 5 goals.
I'm sure it's been efficient.
He's had 11 disposals for 5 straight.
The Demons certainly have the firepower to get back into this game. Plenty of time on their side. But the way West Coast have turned it on in the last 10 minutes, including that third term, they've gone goalless to the southern end. They've piled on the first 2 of the quarter.
Yeah, since half-time, West Coast have added 7 goals, 1. The Demons have added 3-3.
Great work. O'Neill, Ainsworth goes through the hands of Rebillard. Hanson there, Sinclair, good release handball. Canelio just bangs it toward the wing. O'Neill and Hunter, great little give. Here comes Burns streaming through. Little chip goes about, just the required. Hunter, give off, Regan Clark, snap round. Here's a chance for Jai Clark, shouldn't miss from here. And the Demons respond.
Yeah, good response. Straight down the guts, got a couple of nice friendly bounces. They outnumbered the Eagles in their forward 50. So that's a great response for the Demons. 7 gone, the margin's back to 4 points. A much needed goal for the Demons, who were goalless. Should have kicked 3 goals in that third quarter, but they certainly needed to get on the scoreboard after 7 minutes.
What a handball from Jones that was to release Burns. Slight little kick. Look at the numbers that Perth had.
I thought that handpass was one too many.
I thought that fumble was going to get him all sorts, but look at the amount of space he's got. Easy pickings.
Yeah, little fella. Brother Jordan would be happy with that.
What a game.
Yeah,
4 points the margin. Both sides throwing down the challenge. Great footy to watch.
Old mate's back.
And a tremendous spectacle he is. He just needed the burger. He needed to settle himself. He needed some sugar in the blood. And he's riling up for a big finish, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Great work there from Baldwin Clark. Good smother, College.
Ooh.
O'Neill probably missing out on clearance number 20. And Moose College just sends it forward. Great bit of individual work. Here's a chance for the Demons. Clean pick up from Rogers, but he's well tackled from Edwards. The tackle lingered. The crowd wanted it. Here's a chance. Jai Clark, can he kick a second? No, well tackled. Ball held up. Inside forward 50.
Good footy both teams.
Oh, that was
really
exciting
good
to watch.
They were there for a moment. Thought Rogers was unlucky not to get a free kick. He certainly looked back at the umpire. Anyway, West Coast defence under pressure.
Brant College going in the ruck against Nathan Vardy. All the best. Provides a good contest. McPartland on the deck. Langland's lurking. True. Just gets it out of there. Fortuitous. Rebillard playing with a soak footy at this stage. Out of play.
Yeah, look at this. This is this pressure contest. It's been a high pressure last quarter.
Ton of numbers around this throw-in.
Breeze is getting up too.
Just inside forward 50 for the Demons. Edmonds sweeping, has it all to himself. Hooks it back round. Can they get lucky? High bouncing ball. They're all waiting for it. Jones searching for a teammate. Oh, gee, that was reckless from Brayshaw, but it's all legal, says the umpire. Moose, bit of bandaged head about it. Oh, what a dummy there from Langlands. What a goal! Oh, the dummy fine and snaps through. Something from nothing. The Demons get the lead back.
And there's a lot of Eagles players are looking back at themselves, and there's a lot of finger pointing going on. He's got his second goal for the day, Langlands. As we take a look here, fresh aired that.
Dummy. Oh, had Johnson going the other way. Brilliant work.
They claim touch. The Eagles players are certainly claiming touch straight off the boot, but the umpire Mar gets. And of course, we don't have the need for it, so they're back in front. Well done, the Demons. They look like they're up against it in this last quarter. They've responded with a couple of goals, basically through hard work. And, may I say, getting the ball out of the middle. Once the ball comes out of the middle, all of a sudden it's going to put your team under pressure. So move back onto the shoulders of Nathan Vardy.
You couldn't ask for a better contest to kick off the Hungry Jacks live stream for the 2021 WAFL season. What a belter we've got here.
Lot to like about both these teams.
A quarter to go, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Long way to go. Some of these games, the quarters have gone 37 minutes. They're out and going again here.
Great pick up from O'Neill, but the handball missed its target. Josh Smith, he's held it in very cleverly. We'll do it all again.
It was clever. It really was clever.
He had to hold it in, didn't he?
Yep.
Vardy, Baldwin right. Brayshaw moves past it. College. The clearing kick, big contest. Foley, he's been tremendous today. Jai Clark rising in the later stages, and the crowd appreciate the efforts. Great atmosphere here at Mineral Resources Park. A gripping contest. Don't know who I'd have my money on at this point, guys.
No, absolutely not. Lead changes are coming, and I envisage we've got a couple more to come. Still plenty of time for both teams.
Byrne reads it best. He's going to snap it around the left boot. The kick untidy. It's landed in the arms of McGee, and he goes back to the broadcast side in Flint. Not too many options on inboard. Perth have forced this ball down the line. Vardy, Jamison, hands to it. Just hasn't really plucked the contested grab today, Jamison.
Not once today, not once. He certainly threatens to do so.
He's missed a bit of pre-season footy with an injury, so perhaps more games. And the touch will come back.
Thanks to Hungry Jacks, providing our wonderful support of our live stream coverage. Hope you're enjoying it.
Busher entering the ruck against Hunter. Marston. He's been prolific in this fourth term already. Brayshaw gets it moving forward. Jamison needs to make a contest, does well. True on the inside. Handball, I don't know if it was meant for a Rebillard, but he'll take it. Hug. Can't go to Winder. Edmonds is claimed. Umpire says, oh, he's paid high on the tackle. I didn't see any of that.
Me neither. But anyway.
Marston.
Good pressure by Perth. They're really starting to make it difficult for West Coast. Vardy's off the ground. Witherden's off the ground.
Ainsworth as well.
Yeah, and also Foley.
Oh, that kick's an absolute Barry Crocker.
O'Neill, sorry.
No pressure whatsoever, and Edmonds, you rarely see those errors from the classy wingman. Kick inboard from Flint to Winder. Short pass, Hug. Perth have got a man back. They need to be clever about this ball use. Long, there's the extra man. It's Taylor, straight down his throat.
Waterman had gone to the pocket, yeah, and it's been acknowledged by Winder. He realised he kicked it to the wrong side. Waterman was out of position. It was a poor entry.
Short pass, it's on. Davis has the run of Taylor. Good dash, kick to the wing. Edwards sets himself. Great crumbing there from Regan Clark. Good, even better tackle, in fact, from Foley.
That is holding the ball every day of the week.
I'd love to see a replay of that when we got time, but it doesn't matter. The Demons on their attack. McGee, 2v1. Clever tack to Flint and the Eagles avoid catastrophe.
Yeah.
Brayshaw sees something on the inside. Good kick. Marlin.
It's got to start getting possession again, the Eagles. They've sort of lost the thread for the last 4 or 5 minutes, and that's why Perth have found themselves back in front, albeit by only 2 points.
Luke Edwards, Busher on the inside, has a runner. Back to Marlin. Long kick forward, but it's to no one. He's gone goals or broke, and in the end, the wrong side of the big sticks.
Yeah, their forward structure seems to have broken down a little bit here. White Vardy's off the ground, and they've only got one real target. Jameson's high up the ground. Waterman's working extremely hard, but they're not making it easy for him.
Go down and throw some magnets around, Goss.
Yeah. Might not be the coaching structure, it might be the execution.
You'd think the solo captain of the team moving forward at this point, Sinclair, with Fraser McInnes. Are we set for a stint on the sideline?
A long stint on the sidelines. 1 point the margin. Good game of footy. Don't go anywhere. Don't forget. Right here to the final siren.
Giblet. McPartland. Got Cornelio short if he wants him. Oh, that kick. Oh, just a little bit tall for Davis. A chance for the Eagles if they can gather. Brayshaw provides support. What a handball that was. Seeing Gray on the inside. He's got College wide. That's an even better handball out in the space. Jones. Oh, that's a throw if I've ever seen one, but he's got away with it. Smith from outside 50. Oh, he's put it through.
The game's opening up and the Divas are getting the rub of the green. Out to a 7-point lead. 14-11 to 14-4, but the momentum's certainly there. Smith looks like he's grabbing the right hamstring as well after that goal. Yeah, that is a throw every day of the week.
I thought I was being biased with my call, Goss, but you tell me from that replay, what do you reckon?
Well, I want to see it again, the replay track.
I don't need to see it again. All I know is that Josh Smith, that's exactly what he adds to this team, is polish and a long leg, and he provided both in spades on that occasion.
Yeah, he did. Here it is here. So basically there.
No, it's up. It's an upward motion.
Yeah, that's a throw.
Yeah, okay.
Two hands.
Cool.
If it was one hand,
we're really united. I like it.
Well, no. If it was one-handed, different story.
I'll tell you what it means. Donuts. Absolutely donuts.
And they banged it home. And Smith certainly stretching that hamstring on the wing just in front of us, as you can see. He's not, he needs to get off. He's not at all comfortable without this. Yeah, he needs off. He's trying to get off the ground. He was coming off and got told to stay on. But so some senior players are certainly copping some injuries here for the Demons.
True, being well worn by Langlands on that occasion. Great defensive pressure from the Perth Demons.
He's coming off the ground, Smith, after kicking that goal.
Gee, that's what they don't need another injury to one of their star players. Hopefully it's just a bit of tightness from Josh. Can West Coast throw another punch in this heavyweight battle? Gray sends a high ball inside 50. Well read there by Marlin. West Coast have got plenty of time. No need to panic. Just 16 minutes played. Oh, gee. Johnson was a bit fumbly and luckily gets away with a free kick. Winder wants to go on with it and the umpire's going to allow him to do so. They've got Flint on the far wing. Taylor right on his hammer. The umpire, Margette, says he's hanging on. And look at the Demons rush back to clog up these holes. Chaz Flint has Busher loose at centre half forward. Just missed him. Waterman offers. He's going to go in that direction. Not a bad ball, but even better defence there from Nicholas.
Oh.
Clever kick, Taylor. Chance to steady. Wants to go wide. That's a booming kick. What a switch there. Jones is on, over the top. Baldwin right, slowly lumbering toward it. A great stretch by the big fella. He's going to have to wait for some cavalry to arrive, though. They finally do. Margette signals play on. Sends it long. McPartland, Edwards, front position to big fella, and he's off. Gets it moving. What a ball.
Give it.
Busher. Doesn't have a lot of options.
He's got Vardy and Waterman in the 50 if they can get it over the top.
Hugs just labouring towards this one. He's got there in time and just holding possession. I think they've lost ground from that move.
There's 4 or 5 Perth players forward of this ball. There's a few blokes walking through the middle for West Coast. They need some numbers.
Well, I think Bush is saying, just go to the line. We need a stoppage. I think this is just bring it to ground.
Vardy.
Do your best. 2v1, Vardy, and that's exactly what they do.
So they get the stoppage here. So they're down by 7 points, 18 gone.
I'd love to see Nate Vardy hang around for this centre bound, for this throw-in. send Busher forward, but not on this occasion. Throw in. West Coast looking for the reply. Zane True. Great work. Handball. Winder sends it forward. Waterman spills the mark. Nitschke at ground level. Cornelio provides good pressure. Taylor gathers and Davis just clears the ball. Oh dear, McGee bounces off his chest, but West Coast still a chance. Kick forward, bit of a Tim May off break. Not read by Brayshaw or anyone.
He didn't spin the ball that much.
Marston kicks it forward. Foley, everyone stopped for a brief moment. Marlin for his third possession in about 10 seconds. Perth happy to see it over.
Wow, what an arm wrestle. Common cliche in football, but that's exactly what this is. I will say almost next goal wins. Perth get it, it's over. West Coast get it, the momentum's theirs. Because they certainly are pressing hard, real hard.
Here we go. Brayshaw's got some space all of a sudden. Off the deck. Makes it hard for Waterman, but good follow-up tackle on Nicholas. Ooh. Great work from Brady Gray.
That's
Put his head over it. What a big ball. Edwards has got to be strong. He's given away a free kick, but it's not the worst news in the world because the Demons were off.
There's nothing in that. Absolutely nothing in that. He was blokes swinging for the footy.
Smacked his head.
Yeah, got him. No, got him high, but I'm saying the intention wasn't there. So the fans and the players all want to take his head off.
Big clearance from Gray.
Yeah, it was huge.
Earlier.
And he looked back too and let him know it.
Cornelio sends it forward. Good fly from Jones. Oh, that's tackling without it. Bit reckless there.
And he's
hurt himself in the action, so a double blow.
Hey, you'd hurt yourself if that bloke landed on you too, mate. This is what happened. There's the replay.
That
bang,
was
bang, landed right on him.
That was Fitzgerald on the deck, so Rogers is going to go on with it, as he should. He's got a big leg. Foley comes up to meet him. Oh, wow, he's giving it a fair hoik. Going back with the flight. Edwards. That was something special because the goal looked all but home.
It was floating back.
Have a look at it. Yes. And he has too. What a fist.
Yeah, well done, Harry. They're hanging on, aren't they, by the skin of their teeth, West Coast.
Witherden surely looking down the guts. He does. Who's there? It's Vardy. It's 2v1. And, well, oh, geez, Baldwin Wright's gone some fists. I don't know about that option, but Perth get away with it. That can't be 15. It's got about a metre. Nitschke, very nice pick-up at ground level. Vardy, but he's got no one to kick it to. And Taylor swallows it. The call from Settle Down from the crowd is not a dumb one. Edmonds, Regan Clark. Clark convention to Jai. Marston's running. Geez, he's put him under the hammer if True can run him down. Marston's floater inside forward 50. Well read by Witherden. The check side pass. Geez, he's set his captain an absolute target. Have a look at this. The spoil, the collect. Can Sinclair finish some individual brilliance? He can! The Demons with one of the nails in the coffin.
He's in the WAFL Team of the Year last year. Got the co-captaincy. And that could be the game changer and the icebreaker right there. And then 22 gone.
Oh, no, he didn't spoil it. I don't think he was the one that spoiled it, but what an absolute great follow-up from Sinclair.
Yeah, it was.
Needed to finish.
14 points to margin now. That might be a bridge too far for the Eagles unless they get on the board quickly. Had a couple of 37-minute quarters, but I don't think this is going to be one of them. What a great goal.
I don't know about that check side pass coming out of defensive 50 from Alex Witherden. Just had about a 54-degree lob wedge on it.
Good luck if you're Hamish Brayshaw stand underneath that.
No, I thought there was going to be some beers bought for the captain, but escaped injury, but even more damning. The third goal in a row for the Demons. It's going to take something special here. 3 goals required for West Coast to get the lead back.
So again, Vardy out of the middle and inside the forward 50. Jake Waterman off the ground, again playing managed minutes.
I dare say he's capped. I've seen a lot of Jake Waterman today, and you don't really want to test those waters, do you?
Shepherding in the ruck.
Busher, the recipient. It's Vardy and Hug inside forward 50. He's going to put it on all their heads. Nathan Vardy's going to get a decent run at it, though. Edged out cleverly underneath it. Nishki can't gather, and Perth clear. Byrne puts the spoil on Brayshaw. Marlin hacks it inside 50. A chance. Nicholas with a double fister, and Sinclair very happy to see it over.
Big courageous Perth, but a couple of times, in particular in this last quarter, when West Coast got a goal and a half in front, you felt like, oh, well, they've got it all to do, but they've certainly had their moments, and some brilliant moments too in this last quarter. And they've done it one man short.
Vardy takes possession, taken to ground. Marston's had a good final turn. On the left boot, Edwards, good fist. Johnson has to be strong. Hunter rolls the ball over and out.
I like Harry Edwards' game a lot today. He's got better as the game's gone on. After a slow start.
A very deep West Coast backline with Ian Witherden unable to get game time. Busher, that throw in, the boundary umpire's been throwing it in shot all day, isn't it? Oh, what a turn from Xavier O'Neill. Puts it forward. Hug, can't bring it in. Perth, they've been stoic in defence, particularly this quarter. Oh. Brady Gray didn't want to go back with that flight, but he's going to mop up with this one. Dribbles it along the deck, very clever. And the umpire should throw that one in.
Absolutely deliberate.
No, deliberate.
100%. 100%. There's no one there. 100% correct decision. That's exactly what it's there for.
Edwards pulls the trigger. Winder drops it, but has some time. Foley pumps it forward, but Demons have plenty of numbers. Vardy just needs a contest. Ball in the back, and it's all Perth.
Yeah, there's kick and hope going on right here.
Yeah, very much so. Well said. Regan Clark. They've got another loose man in Edmonds running to the wing. He's going to receive it in a ton of space. Got Langlands over the top. And it can look like this all the way down to Byrne if they get it there. They do. And surely he's happy to go to McPartland on the inside. He does. He'll line up for his third for this afternoon is Connor McPartland. And the floodgate's well and truly open, but it's been a tremendous effort from West Coast and Perth as far as I'm concerned today, Tim.
Been a ripper, absolutely ripping game of football to watch. Some highlights, some tough stuff, some great individual performances. And I think the best team won it, to be honest. They were better for longer.
Even more impressive with a man down from the second quarter, in fact.
And a key player, not just any old man.
Not a scrub, no way.
Yeah, exactly right.
McPartland to cap off an exceptional day for the Perth Demons for his third. From 30 metres out, he's done it. Well done from the youngster. And the Demons extending this lead out to 20 points, 26 minutes played. Not long to go now. And the Perth faithful certainly sticking around in this concourse and grandstand to cheer on their boys from a job well done. Except for Tim Gossage, he's looking to get out ASAP. You got places to be, big fella.
Got the big one, mate. Oh, this
isn't the big one?
Wow.
Gee, that's just spitting in the face of the telecast.
No, I'm with the telecast. I've just got to get to the other game.
Who are you calling with today, Goss?
I'm calling Steve Malaxis on SEN, thanks to Hungry Jacks and SEN. Right around the country, right around the state. So tune in.
Got a tip for tonight, Goss? You dare tip against the flag favourites?
No, I think West Coast can win, mate. I really do. I've got a good feeling about it.
Back in the middle.
Who've put Adelaide beaten?
Zane True is going to be pinged. No, he's going to be legged, in fact. Winder wants to play on, and Nitschke is going to have to return the ball. The crowd complaining, but you've won by 20 points, so have a spell. Bangs it forward. Vardy flies, goes over his head. Hug. Mops up well, Nitschke. Can he put it through? Difficult chance. Snap on goal. I think he's put it through. That's a sensational effort. On the wrong side for the snap goal. And he's booted his first for the afternoon. It is now Stephen Bandy's solo trouble, ticking time bomb, as Tim Gossage has vacated the premises, or trying to. Oh, here he is. He's going to be late to the call of the stadium. Having senior moment, losing his keys. On fire he is. Off you go. Of course, going to call the West Coast Eagles Port Adelaide fixture later tonight. Should be an absolute belter. If it's anything like this game, we're in for an absolute treat. The margin is 14 points, but you think time is going to escape West Coast for another comeback. Ball back in the middle. College, I've liked his game as time has gone on. Foley edged out of it by Langlands, but he couldn't complete the job. O'Neill tackles Jones. There he is again, College. Dragged to ground, Winder. Dacked, still dacked. Kick to the wing, Nicholas. Tremendous grab over Hansen on that occasion. Short dab inside, Marston. Coming up for his 28th disposal, Chris Marston. You knew he was going to set himself for this game. Long ball into the pocket. Jones can't get a handle of it. Johnson bursting out of defence. O'Neill loved his game today. Pinpoint pass to Vardy. They want to move it quickly. Never say die. Clever tap from Hug was essential. Rebillard doesn't have a lot to go to. Hence going backwards. Flint just wants to bomb it long. It's what West Coast have done all fourth quarter. Hansen through his hand somehow. No Perth player got a hand on it. Nitschke just pops it up a couple of metres in front of him. Sinclair goes to ground. Umpire not falling for it. Throwing inside forward 50. Can West Coast snag one late here? A host of players like bees to the honey pot around this ball. Vardy. Don't tell me. No, it was almost going to put through his fifth. In the end, just a minor score. Looking ahead, the Demons will be coming up against Swan Districts next Saturday evening. That's a Saturday night game. And your West Coast Eagles will be going out to Splendid Park to take on the West Perth Falcons. Don't ask me where Splendid Park is. I've got no clue. Long ball, Edwards. Fists it down. Umpire spotted something he didn't like. The Bronx cheer. Baldwin right. The recipient.
It's your first one, 22.
Crowd still not happy. Can't take wins and move on with it. No pleasing some. Long ball, Edwards. Again. Just got all the makings of that Barris McGovern interceptor, and looking forward to him adding to his one-game experience. That's a terrible pass from Brayshaw, but College tries to give it back. Giblet. Handball, Jai Clark. He just wants to go long. Foley's going to have to chase Byrne down here. Will it sit? Byrne taps to himself. I think both players just happy to have a rest at that point. Been a tremendous spectacle. Round one of the WAFL here at Minres Park. Been impressed with the crowd turnout also. Good support for local footy. Busher, solo clearance. Nicholas goes up, can't handle it. Nitschke just kicks to no one. It's about 6v1 in the Perth race, but don't tell Nitschke, because he's going to give it a crack. Taylor's keeping him off it, and in the end, Regan Clark easy does it for the Demons. Davis goes to the ex-Eagle, Brady Gray. To another ex-Eagle in Chris Marston. Wants to move it on. Down the line, Edwards. Been impressive as the game's gone on. What an absolute thumping ball. That's a genuine ripping pass. Luke Edwards on the end of it. Might be a little too far out to score. He wants to move it quickly, and there's your siren, ladies and gentlemen. The Perth crowd ecstatic. That was an absolute tussle for the ages as Perth prevails. 16-12-108 West Coast, an accurate 15-5, 95. A seesawing battle, and in the end, the Demons put the foot down late in the fourth quarter to come away with the victory. We'll go through our goal scorers at this point in time. Winder from the West Coast Eagles kicked 5. Nathan Vardy with 4. They were major goal scorers. Jake Waterman with 2. In his return game, playing managed minutes. Nitschke, a couple for West Coast Eagles. Singles to Hansen, Kieran Hug. And we move over to the Perth list. 3 goals to McPartland, 2 to Marshall Jones, 2 to McInnes, who unfortunately left the game in the second quarter with a pec injury, we believe. Langlands with a couple, and singles to Byrne, Smith, Sinclair, Clark, Rogers, Jai Clark. So both Clarks getting involved, and Jaden Hunter. We appreciate your company here this afternoon on our live stream. The first for 2021, of course, brought to you by Hungry Jacks. And if all spectacles are as entertaining as this one, I think we're going to be in for an absolute cracking year of local footy. Tim Gossage, obviously not paid by the minute, had to leave early. He's going to call the West Coast Eagles game. He's stuck with Steve Bandy wrapping up the post-game show. Here, having a look at some highlights of the final game. Absolute pleasure to have your company. It'll be a local Channel 7 live stream next week against West Perth, but we'll be back the following week. Stay tuned to West Coast Eagles social pages to let you know where you can watch your West Coast Eagles team throughout the WAFL season. Wishing you a good night. All the best to the side this evening for our massive clash against the Power. And thanks to Hungry Jacks for our stream. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.